Good evening. That's not what I look like. I promise I'm real. There we are. Hello. That's not right. Why is it? Hello, folks. How are we doing? I'm back. It's been a while, to say the least. Quite a while. Hello. Hi. Hi, Ian. How are we doing? I am sorting out my little situation here. Yeah, I've missed this. It's been a long time. We have a bit to talk about. I cut my hair and it was a terrifying undertaking. But we're let me turn on my light. No faults ever. Yeah, thank you. But yeah, no faults ever. Everything goes perfect all the time. I know what I'm doing. We are professionals here. I need to take this off. I'm warm. But yeah. Hello, Maddie Sock. Nice to have you. Yeah, we are here today to talk about a slew of topics. We've got a lot to get into. I've had a decent bit of drama and issues with a number of people lately. I've really been going for it in terms of that. But it's been fun. It's been interesting. Last time we kind of left off around the era when I had my little debate with SFO, and then we kind of took a break following that. That was partially kind of an annoying occurrence and was disappointing, I found. Did I get a bowl cut? No. Okay, look, all right. I just cut it. I need to let it grow in for a moment. I promise it's not a bowl cut. All right, it's it's better than that. Hello, hi, Gene. How you doing? You're doing cannibalism right now, eating a piece of fudge? That's fucked up. Though we do not have anything against the rules of, in here about cannibalism, so you're okay. We support you. You got a killer migraine, Ian. I'm sorry. That's fucked up. I hope it goes away. But yeah, we can. I don't know how quick I want to get into stuff because Jesus, it's just a lot of It's a lot of negativity and whatnot, and I find it. Hello, Mia! It's Mia! Hold on. This is, it's Mia! Wow! Finally! Hello, how you doing, Mia? New camera angle? I know. We're trying it out for a bit. Do the thing. I did the thing, don't worry. We did the thing. Yeah. New camera angle is great. It's kind of nice. Forcing myself to drink water for once to get rid of it. Not drinking water will do that to you. Turns out, scientists found out in like a recent study, water is good for you. Okay? Alright? Pro tip, chatters. Pro tip, drink water. Yeah, I don't know. We can like take a look at some stuff, We can take a look at some less super directly conflict related things, and then we can hop into the more contentious side of things. Also, later on we're gonna have the choice for watching a debate because we have a couple to watch, and I'm afraid we're probably not gonna get through more than one of them. Hi Progressive, hello, how you doing? You know what, this also deserves a little applause. Hello, nice to have you. That's also the Opera GX launching sound. I didn't mean to play that. Oopsie daisy, I accidentally clicked it. Okay, but yeah. We have some good news though about a friend of the stream. Well, not quite a friend, but somebody we've spoken about a good bit. Mr. Jones, all right, the Jones that we do not like. The stream is comfy cozy. Thank you. That is the goal. That is we like the comfy cozy happy. Comfy chill energy. Did I cut my hair? Yes, I did. I like that. I like that people see it and they know I did it. All right, look, it's gonna be okay. All right, let it grow in. It's okay. First day of a haircut, always a bit missed. But okay. Oh no, this isn't how that's meant to look at all. Okay, hold on, folks. We have those. Is this one right? Okay, how about this one? Yeah, there we are. Banging. Mr. Jones, Mr. fucking Jones, all right, Mr. Alex Jones, he has to pay the $1.1 billion that he was sued for during following his lying about Sandy Hook, constantly saying that it was fake, that everyone involved was acting, kids didn't actually die. He part of this is, you know, why some of the parents of Sandy Hook victims have killed themselves. You know, aside from the trouble of losing a child in a fucking horrible school shooting, being constantly harassed for people who by people who think that you're lying and actually an actor kind of makes it a whole lot worse. And that's what Mr. Jones kind of led to. And so what Alex Jones tried to do is he pulled the old strategy that a lot of people do when they get sued for a large amount of money, and he filed for bankruptcy. On his show, he's been talking about how he doesn't even have even $1 million in his wallet, even though he regularly goes on holidays, but he disguises them as you know, business trips. He says he needs to go to he regularly talks, for example, about how he needs to go to Hawaii, but he's actually just doing it to scope out Zuckerberg's place there and to make sure that there's no funny business happening. So that's the kind of guy that Alex Jones is, right? He cannot hold himself back from constantly consuming luxury, and he cannot pretend like he doesn't have the money, and it's evidence very much here. I hope he goes broke. Yeah, me too. I can't wait to see what happens here. I think I have a hard time imagining him ever not being there, really. Alex Jones seems to be one of those forces who, regardless of what happens, he just keeps going. I'm really curious to see if they'll find a loophole or something to keep the show going, regardless of what happens. If you're wondering about how Alex is talking about this on his show, he's saying that he's basically he's martyring himself. He's saying that he feels honored that he's the one who has to pay all this money, and he's honored that he is the one who's actually suffering for this, and he's basically making himself out to be a Jesus sort, you know. He's dying for your sins, okay? He's the one who's letting free speech reign on because he's gonna keep on fighting till his very last breath, and that's what's going on. Biggest cope I've ever heard? Yes, absolutely. It's interesting, but they are definitely, I'm pretty sure they are eating it up, a large portion of his audience. I'm not sure if he's gone any less popular over the course of this, due to the fact that a lot of the American population seems to have become more insane. I have a hard time believing that might necessarily be true. So I'm not sure, you know, because I think like I can, you know, there's that 30% of Americans, just that, you know, the 30%, okay, the 30% that's like all Republicans, 1% of them is Democrats, actually 29% Republicans, 1% Democrats, and they're all insane, okay, they're all insane, they all have a screw loose, and I think those kinds of people might see this and they'll, you know, they'll go with the whole like thing of being like, oh, he's being targeted, all right, they're coming after Trump, they're coming after Alex Jones, they're coming after people who tried to kill somebody in office, like, what the hell, what's going on, you know, like that kind of thing, right? I live disturbingly close to Alex Jones. I should go visit him, please. That's actually awesome. I want to one day, folks, all right, now don't call me a sellout for this, and you can't blame me because you probably think this too, all right? One day I want to have an interview with Alex Jones. I want to talk to him. I want to figure him out. You know, I know I can't figure him out. I think I've got him figured out. I've listened to hundreds, probably thousands of hours of Alex Jones at this point. And it's great fun. It's terrible. It's great fun. But I want to talk to him. I'm going to fanboy so hard. I think I genuinely would. I think I'd see him and I'd get dizzy, you know, like I think I'd like genuinely almost pass out from it. But yeah, so regardless of this, that he's continuing to be sued, and he's continuing to have to pay the money despite his little strategy not working. Oh my god, hi. Yeah. Oh no, that's fucked up. I actually do. I talk like that when I like someone as well. It's fucked up. I would maybe. I'm Mr. Jones. Hi, Mr. Jones. Alex. Are you Alex? Are you Alex Jones? You Alex Jones, Mr. His biggest fan. I mean, I'm like in like the in like the anti-hero fan kind of way, in like an anti, but he's like genuinely an anti-hero, and he's genuinely just terrible. Max Subby gay arc. I have never been subby nor gay in my life. His sweet raspy voice with his suburban dad bod build is irresistible. There's something about it. There's something. Look, there's something I just have to admire about people who are built like a column, like a pillar that's holding up a building. You know, there's just like being like a fucking tube shape meat creature is awesome. It's just so fucking cool to me. Like he's just a fucking he looks like the Team Fortress 2 Heavy. Like if he was like a racist, well, Heavy's probably racist, but like an insane conspiratorial guy, you know? You hate the elites, Cabal? Doesn't anti-Semitism, etc. Yeah, those elites. Yeah. You like him the same way I like Napoleon, I feel. Oh yeah, Heavy is super racist. Heavy's like giga racist, yeah. I'm sure you would be happy to meet the world's leading there's my favorite Alex Jones historian is Dan Friesland of the Knowledge Fight podcast. He's the guy I listen to talk about Alex Jones all the time, and he knows everything about him, and it's just fascinating, and I want to meet him someday. I really do. I just came back from a trip to London, and they were there. They did a live show there like a fucking week and a half before. It was so upsetting. It was so annoying. The fact that it is Alex Jones historians, it's cool. It's so cool. I think studying propaganda and like misinformation as like an academic subject is great. Like the self-dubbed Christorians, awesome. Or Christorians? Max get a PhD in Alex Jones history. I'm tempted. I would write like a doctor's thesis on Alex Jones if I like had something to write about. But yeah, so this is pretty fucking good news. Am I right, folks? We love to see it. We really do. We really do. I'm very glad. I'm just like Heavy, but instead of using minigun, I spread anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. Real. Max gone? Oh my god. Hold a fucking second. That's not right. Why did it do that? There we are. Excuse me. Stream scuffed? No, stream is perfect, folks. Stream is perfect, alright? There has never, ever been a single issue on here. Okay, let's go on to a second little piece of little bit of good news for all you folks, all right? And also, I want to know, I finally called my Wi-Fi people today, all right? Max, should I buy Lego Lord of the Rings on Steam? Abso-fucking-lutely. Yes. Buy it, dude. Lego? Yes. That's responsible spending. But I called my Wi-Fi people, and they were like, "Yeah, there was like an issue like 3 months ago. Why didn't you tell us about that?" And I'm like, I'm retarded. I have executive dysfunction. I struggle. Okay. I called my wife. No. Okay. A woman? My lord. No. If anything, I would call my husband, but I don't have his number yet. I'm not calling my wife, folks, okay? Never an issue on Carl Max stream. Looks at quality that I keep on 240p for Carl Max streams. Oi! Alright, look, my Wi-Fi is doing good now, okay? We're set. I don't think we have to worry too much. Alright? I think we're okay. To desperately grasp for a lost sense of childhood wonder and innocence. I feel you, Mia. That was me buying the Star Wars thingy. Okay, anyway, more good news. So there is yet another person actually has become why didn't you call us? Because you yell at me every time I do? I would never. Wait a minute. You call me? I'm very confused. I'm scared. Okay, time to okay, no worries. You hang out. Okay, yeah. Anyway, sorry. Shit is going downhill for Mr. Donald Trump. Now it turns out, folks, this just in, actions have consequences. What? Huh? What? This is crazy. Mr. Donald Trump? Oh no. Why is this being annoying? Okay, wait, okay. My lord. Why is this not being correct? Hold on. Hold on, folks, okay? Look, imagine there's some crazy news on screen right now, okay? You're losing your mind. You're going absolutely wild. You've never seen something like this. It's news beyond belief. Oh my lord! Wow, look at that news! It's breaking! It's broken! Okay, there we are. Alright, we're good. Sorry. Okay, anyway, let me get rid of this. I'm not even sure why this chat is on screen right here. I wonder, I'm sure I had some sort of good reason for that back a while ago. Okay, any fucking way, stuff is going downhill for Trump. Everything is in the toilet, all right? Not quite every single person, but a large amount of people associated with Trump are coming out pleading guilty and saying that they regret involving themselves with him, and it is lovely. It is lovely to see. So this is about Trump's attorney Sidney Powell pleading guilty in the Georgia election subversion case. Hold on. So, former Donald Trump attorney Sidney Powell pled guilty in the Georgia election subversion case 1 day before her trial was set to start. Chat layout tweaking? Oh, no, it's great, okay? It's great. There's no issues. There's no issues. As part of her guilty plea, Powell is admitting her role in the January 2021 breach of election systems in rural Coffee County, Georgia. With the help of local GOP officials, a group of Trump supporters assessed and copied information from the county's election systems in hopes of somehow proving that the election was rigged against Trump. She pleaded guilty Thursday to 6 misdemeanors, 6 counts of conspiracy to commit international interference with performance of election duties, a significant reduction from the 7 felonies she initially faced. Yeah, I mean, look, all right, 7 felonies or 6 misdemeanors. Obviously, it's always going to go down. You know, what like you're like accused of or like charged with initially is like very rarely what you're gonna have at the end of like a case, right? But I'm happy with the fucking nature that they're like at least making people have to plead guilty at all, and that they are giving people consequences, right? Because this, how everything went with this, and like and fucking Jan 6th is like, it is what defines how democracy is going to continue looking in the future in America, right? Because if they got away with that and nothing happened with that, you can guarantee it's going to happen again in the future. And I mean, it's not like they haven't been keeping on trying, but I think it is becoming less and less as they continue to fail and be held accountable even more. So that's great. We have yet another situation similar to this with Jenna Ellis becoming the 4th defendant to take plea deals in the Georgia election case. Yet another person. She is another Trump attorney. So yeah, you love to see it. You love to see it. Absolutely fucking fantastic, folks. But yeah, okay, let's move on to one last little thingy that I wanted to talk about, because I think it's kind of interesting, and it has some relevance to what we're going to be looking at later, because we I want to prep us for talking about Israel-Palestine, because that's going to be relevant in the content that we're going to be looking at in a moment. So this is an article that I posted about on my Twitter already, which is pretty crazy, pretty wacky, and it's Israel refusing visas to UN officials after Guterres' speech on the Gaza war. Israel's UN envoy says the time has come to teach them a lesson after the UN chief criticized Israel indirectly. Very normal thing to be like, hey, we need to punish these people who enforce human rights and are against us doing things like using white phosphorus. What's the deal with that? The Geneva Convention? I'm sorry, you want me to use the fucking Geneva Convention? Like, please, come on. We're not doing that. They are a reliable ally. True. I mean, if you don't like Israel, you're probably just Hitler, all right? You're probably Hitler, maybe like a descendant of Hitler. At least you got like 30% Hitler particles, all right? Nobody dislikes Israel. Yeah, so the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres indirectly criticized Israel for ordering the evacuation of civilians from the north to the south of the Gaza Strip. He also said that Hamas's attack on Israel on October 7th did not happen in a vacuum, as the Palestinians have been subjected to 56 years of suffocating occupation. Many countries welcome Guterres' very balanced approach, reported Al Jazeera's Gabriel Elizondo from New York. However, Israel was furious, and its officials called for the UN chief to resign. Because they said that they were subjected to to being occupied, and that the attacks didn't happen in a vacuum, which they damn fucking well didn't, you know? None of these, like, bad shit, terrible shit, never just comes from nowhere, you know? Like, sometimes it does, sometimes you just have someone who, for an unexplainable reason, just does something insane. 99% of the time, you can trace it back to something. Doesn't mean it justifies it, does mean you can understand it though, you know? Like, with every case, with 9/11, with terrorist attacks, you know, like shootings, it's not fucking something that's executed by like somebody who is in like a situation they are happy in, you know? There is always a bunch of stuff that leads into something occurring, and understanding why, like what leads to stuff happening is important, even if it doesn't, you know, justify it at all or anything. Yeah. So basically, the response to this has been that they're claiming that the UN official is justifying terrorism, and it is pretty disgusting. It's not fun. They described it as an unprovoked attack. What Hamas did, which is pretty interesting. I wonder what anyone, literally anyone from Palestine or even like half of Jewish people or Israelis rather, would say about that. Yeah, this genocidal rhetoric coming from the Israeli government is fucking insane. It is absolutely fucking absurd to see that coming from a country and then see other countries being like, well, I mean, yeah, I know they said that, but like, I can't, well, you know me, you know, I'm just one of the, like, you know, most powerful countries in the West. Like, I can't, you know, like, come on, fucking get your shit together, you know? Have some fucking balls. But when you look at this, though, when you look at the way the aggression with which Israel is handling its foreign policy, it does make a lot of sense that countries are absolutely terrified to act against them. And that if we were to act against them, it does need to be like probably a few countries collectively realizing, hey, this sucks, and we need to go against this. Because if not, then you're just going to end up like isolating the few countries that actually do believe that, right? So it's a whole thing. It's a whole issue. But I think the more and more they do this, I think there will be a breaking point. You know, I don't think it's sustainable to be this fucking evil. You know, we have seen like time and time again. I mean, I've spoken about it on my Twitter. You folks all know me from there. We see the Israel Twitter account regularly posting fucking basic straight Hitlerisms. You know, like it is fucking insane. It's absolutely fucking insane. We are the children of the light fighting against the children of darkness. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, that's fucking absurd. I have a Twitter. I know, it's crazy. Me on Twitter? It's not hard. Israel's a far-right nation. Hamas is violent, a far-right terror group. Palestinians deserve freedom and self-governance. Yes! Literally just fucking, like, yes, literally. That's all it boils down to, you know? And also, theocracies are bad, you know? Why isn't anybody talking about that angle? Just say that theocracies are bad. It's bad when Israel is like, hey, let's found a state entirely on fucking, like, Judaism. That's weird. That's bad. You shouldn't be doing that. Also, there are, like, tons of different religions that, like, have, of whom, like, a vital part is, like, the existence of Jerusalem, outside of just Jewish people, you know? You can't be saying, like, we want to prioritize only this group, you know? Same way, it's fucked up that Hamas is like, hey, we're gonna fucking instate Sharia law. We want you to follow these rules that are set up by our religion. Like, no, that's retarded. Shut up. You know, and we should just be saying that to literally every single one of these. And I don't understand the fear that a lot of people have to do that. but this is I have a great piece of content for you folks, because later on when we take a look at the debate between Alex Jones and Nick Fuentes, if you folks vote for that, because I'm going to put it to a vote, it's going to be between that and the Hassan Piers Morgan debate. But it's very fun because Nick Fuentes is anti-Israel because he hates the Jews, and Alex Jones is anti-Palestine because he hates Muslims, and they both also hate, Muslims and hate Jews respectively. But but like, it's a battle of how much they hate them just a little bit more, and it's a wild watch. It's a wild watch. I got like a few minutes into it just to see if there's some juice, and there's some juice, folks. It's pretty wild. Seeing Hindu nationalists sawing out over Israel's war crimes is wild. Yeah. I mean, look, Hindu nationalists will fucking say out over like any other country doing insane shit, like they love to like project their like their fucking cooperation onto another country that like just doesn't really want them, it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. It's very cucked. But yeah, okay, you know what, folks, that is it for the news section. We've made it. We made it through. We survived. Good job, folks. Good job, folks. Now we have a choice. We can, I guess we should go into it. We have some stuff to talk about in terms of Twitter drama, which I would like to get into. And then following that, we should get into watching the debates. Now, should we talk about, folks? Should we talk about, you let me know. Should we talk about President Sunday and my little conflict with President Sunday, or should we be talking about my conflict with short fat otaku and why I'm no longer going to humor his bullshit? So here you are, folks. It's time. I accidentally just launched Opera. Ignore that sound that's about to play. Ignore that. It's time, okay? It's time to vote, all right? You have to fucking put your finger on the screen or your mouse, your hands on your mouse, okay? You have to find some sort of way to communicate to me which thing you're gonna want to watch, all right? We have the wildest choices in the world. We're gonna talk about Frogan. I don't know. I feel like Frogan's kind of dead news now. I don't know. But like, let's go. Fucking tell me what you want to watch. Do you want to hear about Sunday? Do you want to hear about Short Fat Otaku? Two people who are kind of who apparently don't think very much of me. I like Sunday kind of. I think he's generally okay. I think he's kind of just silly sometimes. Short Fat Otaku was retarded, and he should. I can't say that on YouTube. Okay. Folks, okay, look, I'm seeing 6 votes right now, okay? I'm seeing 6 votes. If you're a chatter and you're in chat and you're fucking refusing to vote right now, I don't care, okay? Fucking get your mind working and think, okay? You need to think. You need to use your brain, all right? The poll's been up there for a minute and you haven't voted. You've had a minute to think, all right? 6 votes, that's not enough. We need more votes. Okay, fucking 10 seconds. 10. Get your votes in. 5. I don't know if that was 5 seconds. I don't think it was 5 seconds. 4, 3. Okay, all right. You fuckers are terrible at voting. All right, you fuckers are terrible at voting. I'm not even gonna give you a fucking. I'm not gonna give you a clapping for that. All right, fuck you. Vote better. I'm sorry. Okay, all right. Anyway, so you folks voted with 66% in lefties don't vote. Look, if you fuckers are anti-voting lefties, get out, all right? Get the fuck out. You're making a skit right now. My lord, based? What are you making a skit of not voting? Sounds fascinating. Okay, but yeah. So we're going to talk about Mr. President Sunday, first of all, okay? So this is drama. All right, and it's drama involving me and a good friend of mine who I'm fond of, called Pigeon Man, and Mr. President Sunday, and also another Twitter user, but they have a more minor role. All right, and this is going to be a pretty interesting little arc. Okay, so what we have, first of all, to kick things off, is we have this. Okay, this is a let's make this more focused here. Whoosh. Hold on. Whoosh! I do follow Pigeon Man, by the way. It's just a glitch. Don't worry. All right. Okay. So this is a tweet. Okay. Believe it or not, this is that. All right. This is something from the website Twitter. I will never be calling it X. All right. I'm gonna X myself before I do that. Yeah. So this is by President Sunday. He said, "This is bordering on fetish territory. Eris, you are a rich South African migrant to Canada. You are not Anne Frank." Because aristocracy tweeted out, "Jewish friends in Toronto, do not open your doors. There are confirmed reports of people going door to door to houses with mezuzot to ask if Jews live there. Please be safe and have a plan if the worst comes." A so-called do not... Don't say that, okay? I will not hesitate to ban mods if you do that, all right? So yeah, basically, aristocracy is someone who has often posted silly stuff, I believe. There's definitely no denying that, and I wouldn't consider her generally a trustworthy source of information, according to my memory of her. And Pigeon Man hopped in here to respond, saying, "I don't know about the story Eris is referencing here, but there has been a big spike in anti-Semitism lately, one that presumably doesn't discriminate based on wealth or country of origin. And as a Jew, I am genuinely concerned about it. I hope you recognize the validity of our fears." And then another Twitter user jumps in, one who you folks may know, who I've got a fair few mutuals with, said, "Mott meet Bailey." So apparently saying that Pigeon Man, saying that he is concerned about anti-Semitic hate crimes is Mott and Bailey, and that questioning the potential falsity of this is a bad thing to do. Pigeon Man responds saying, "What a bad faith response." And then President Sunday hops in with his first tweet regarding the situation. He says, "You're not owed good generosity when you try to use your identity as a get out of jail free card for spreading misinfo and carrying water for a regime actively bombing a civilian refugee population." So what he's doing here is he's immediately conflating somebody being concerned about a hate crime, which was believed to be false information at the time, and he's saying that that's being used in order to justify the murder of Palestinians. And this is a pretty terrible take for a number of reasons, but the primary one is that it's just not correct. That hate crimes, anti-Semitic hate crimes, are in fact on the rise. Later in the thread, I will jump in at some point and you'll see me post an article saying that there's been a rise in hate crimes, anti-Semitic hate crimes in London by 1,300%. So to act like there's nothing going on there is it's kind of gross, you know? It's kind of gross, and it's perpetuating a pretty fucked up degree of ignorance, okay? And Pigeon Man then responds saying, "Maybe you missed this, but I'm not actually Eris. I literally just said in my reply that I don't know the story that she's tweeting about. I'm just asking for clarification from you because the whole rich South African thing felt a little delegitimizing. Not only are they on the rise, but Jews in general have a disproportionate amount God damn it. I hate this little thing, dude. It gets in my way of my reading all the time. Done towards them every year statistics are gathered. Yeah, it's fucked up. And to act like there isn't like an issue with anti-Semitism is fucking absurd. And especially like that has been the recent surge in politics, right? Like let's not pretend. People have become way more conspiratorial, right? And if in like right-wing conspiratorialism, anti-Semitism is rampant, you know? It's unavoidable. It's a crucial element of it, you know? So there's that, okay? And then what happens after that is a little call-out post from Mr. Sunday, okay? And the idea that anti-Semitism is somehow acceptable now because of Israel makes me so fucking sad. This is something that I have been fucking thinking about, right? But I've never said it, right? I've never fucking said it because I was worried about backlash, right? And my thought has been the justification that some lefties give for being weird and shitty to white people is exactly the same justification that people have used to be weird and shitty to Jewish people. It's been, you're more fortunate than me. I have the perception that you've stolen from me in some way, that you are taking what's actually mine, and therefore I deserve to be able to hurt you, right? And that's exactly the same justification that was used against Jews. Now, I can't go ahead and on the internet be like, hey, you know, all this anti-white racism all reminds me an awful lot of the Holocaust or something. You know, obviously I don't think like that, but like, if following that same like line of thinking, that is just gonna happen, right? So anyway, President Sunday then quote tweets the last tweet that I showed you, saying that he's not Eris, and he doesn't he doesn't even like know the story that's being talked about. And President Sunday posts this. He says, "Busted." All right. Fucking like most intense thing in the world. All right, okay, calm down, Mr. Sun. You can't be like busted. All right, it's not that serious. Okay, and he posted this screenshot. It's the tweet he's quote tweeting, and Sophia popped in to say, "You say you don't know the story, yet I only learned of this because your retweet showed up in my timeline. Curious." So she's making the claim, and so is President Sunday by proxy, that due to the fact that Pigeon Man retweeted this report of there being anti-Semitic hate crimes occurring, that Pigeon Man knows about the story. The way Sunday writes is so annoying, Lamau. Yeah. Every time I want to go after somebody and I want to go after something and I want to criticize it, I always have a little voice in my head, and I don't think President Sunday has this. I have a little voice in the back of my head going, what if I'm wrong? You know, what if by some fucking miracle of the universe, I was misinformed and the way that I believe the situation to be isn't actually correct, right? So I build in things into my manner of speech, like I think, I believe, it seems to me like, you know, that kind of thing, because that is how it works, you know? Reality is what we understand it to be, you know? And we can have a false understanding of reality, and that is a thing, a modesty that people need to be aware of. And here is a very, very clear example of why that's important, okay? I'm right about everything all the time. Look, I have a part of my brain that's like that as well, okay? I just have like my different parts, and it's like my brain is like it's like a government with like lots of different bodies that like give each other shit for different reasons, right? And that's how I come to a good conclusion. I have a brain democracy, okay? I don't know if this is how everyone thinks or if I'm just being R-worded, but this is how I think. I create my own reality. Well, you can. You do. That is how it works, right? If you believe something, if you believe something strong enough, you know, it does become true, you know? Because reality is what you believe. There is no reality that actually exists. It's just what people believe. I mean, you can have like the societally agreed upon reality, which is whatever most people believe, but even that's not necessarily reality, right? Like you have what most people believed in the Third Reich was not reality; it was an illusion, right? And yeah, your brain is also like a parliament, but it's the Belgian. Well, okay, yeah. See, we got different parliamentary structures, exactly. Yeah, it's great. But yeah, so President Sunday says this very cunty tweet. All right, may I just say, all right, with mild respect, okay, with a mild degree of respect. This is a very cunty tweet, and Pigeon Man then responds to this saying, I reflexively retweeted, then figured I should verify, found nothing to verify its authenticity, and then undid the retweet. My bad. I shouldn't have taken an Eris tweet at face value. I take responsibility for that. So immediately, can I just say, fucking, let's go. That was beautiful. What? This is like all you need to do. You did something wrong. You say you did something wrong, and then you're done. That's all you need. What? Mick Biden's too. Why do you have a Liz Truss profile picture? That just jump scared me. Give me a trigger warning first. My brain is constantly telling me to commit violence, and I have to talk it down like I'm shushing a horse. I have that too a little bit, but like when I have my moments, you know. My moments where I'm like having more trouble than usual, but I'm chilling most of the time. Luckily, I'm decently good natured, but you know, literally, what is Liz Truss up to these days? I don't even know. I think I read something about her, but I'm not sure. If I were her, I'd be in a hole somewhere. Okay, Sorry, second account, my primary one was replying to the void. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that's fucked up. Yeah, but yeah. So here we are. And so Pigeon Man immediately responds with this is like peak apology, okay? Immediately recognizing responsibility, immediately recognizing exactly what's wrong with it. That goes into a good apology as well, right? Explaining how you understand that you're wrong, right? And he covered all the bases, okay? And Mr. Sunday responds saying, "You're confused. This is you getting caught lying about having no previous knowledge of this case under discussion. We aren't talking about how poorly referenced it was anymore." So Sunday decides, he goes into, oh my god, wait, you know what? Wait a minute, let me find it quickly. Wait. Okay, hold on, wait. This is what happens. This is what plays in President Sunday's head when somebody gives him a mild disagreement. All right. He and he goes, oopsie daisy, wrong one. Yeah, this is where it gets serious, okay? He's not taking it anymore. He's gone combat mode, all right? I don't understand this as well either. Like, he needs to like chill. Also Pigeon Man, very clearly not even someone who's like that much of like an angry individual, or anyone who's like even like a Zionist or anything. Pigeon Man has a Palestinian flag in his name. Now I believe that unfortunately for President Sunday, he saw the Star of David and kind of fucking rudely assumed that meant he was a Zionist. But I'm not sure, because that I don't know, that's kind of the impression that I got reading this conversation. But I don't know, President Sunday should speak for himself there, but I think I think that was weird. But yeah, and so the conversation continues, and let me hop to the thread so I can actually show you our full argument playing out, so we can talk about it. We can talk about how I believe what I believe it means for general discourse and how we should approach it. Sunday definitely says, "No more Mr. Nice Guy" to himself before getting serious in a Twitter debate. Yeah, I believe so as well. I don't know, he gets like a baseball cap and he like slowly turns it backwards, and then he like starts typing even angrier, you know? Okay, so me and him then go on to have quite a conversation, all right? So I then hop in after that, seeing my friend be shit on by someone else who President Sunday, we've spoken, we had a debate, and we debated alongside each other, and it was pretty pleasant, you know, we got along quite well, and we've spoken in DMs, and it's been friendly and cordial and nice, and so I decided I wanted to step in because I like Pigeon Man, and I dare say, given that I know Pigeon Man for quite a while long there, no, President Sunday, I like Pigeon Man a whole lot more, and I want to defend my good friend, all right? And so I hop in and I say, "Chill! Stop projecting so much malice onto some Jewish dude being anxious about anti-Semitism. Like, obviously the tweet is stupid, but he clearly realizes that and just went off a gut response based on general fears regarding that. You're assuming so much bad faith from him here." TBH, I still like Sunday after he was really funny in in that debate. Yeah, no, I like him too. Don't misunderstand this as me saying I'm burning the bridge with President Sunday. Okay, I like him. I think that this was a misstep on his part, and I think he should be a little bit embarrassed that he should apologize for it. And that's kind of it, you know. I still think he's generally like a fine person. He's a good advocate. He's good at talking. But this is just kind of a symptom of his general issue with how he approaches things on the internet, which seems to be going balls to the walls unnecessarily a lot of the time. There's a very important balance in approaching an issue and being aware of how if an audience recognizes it, that at the seriousness that you do, right? If you talk about something and you're like fully convinced, like Sunday is with a lot of these things, but you don't explain it in a way that's going to convince somebody else immediately, and then you keep on going, you're going to look obsessive, you're going to look silly, and you're going to turn people off from whatever you're trying to advocate for, right? And I've been there. I feel like I've done that. I've you know, overly indulged in topics, and then I've, you know, made it seem like less approachable or whatever. But it's something that you need to measure out, and you need to try and approach in a very paced manner. Okay. I will admit I hate him more than I thought it was possible to hate someone I've never met, so I'm biased against Sunday. Okay, all right. I mean, I know a lot of DGGers especially strongly dislike Sunday. I went hard against him. You did make Bidens. That was hardcore. During stream, he's a calm theorist on Twitter, anime, literally. Hi, look, how you doing? Nice to have you. But yeah, let's keep on going. And Logan, our good friend Logan, friend of the stream. You know what? Let's get a little applause in here. Friend of the stream. All right. Your shit was going into the void. Oh my god, folks, I am so sorry about that. I'm curious what the issue is there. If you notice that your DMs are going into the void, just immediately, you know, try and reopen the stream. Give that a shot. I don't know. I'll take a look at the mute list after and see if I spot any issues there, but should be fine. Logan's bass. Logan's super bass. I'm very fond of Logan. Logan is the I'm not gonna lie, Logan's one of the people I have to thank for the degree of you know, the small amount, but you know, healthy amount of Twitter clout that I do have. Is due to the fact that I was friends with Logan, who's friends with lots of cool people. And then I, you know, made inroads and met lots of people I'm now very good friends with. But yeah, so that's thanks to Logan. So Logan hates you so much, Limfal. I don't know. Do you think Logan like hates you? I think Logan's just a very critical person. I don't know if they hate you. No faults everyone to go like, look, folks, leave me alone. All right, okay, but let's keep on going. So Logan says Pigeon isn't some rabid Zionist. This whole debacle feels fucking stupid, which is that is correct. All right, Logan fucking got it. Hammer on the head, nail on the hammer on the nail, head of the nail, bang, perfect, immediately. And I say, yeah, a lot of unnecessary harshness here. McBiden's friend of the stream. We got a chatter. We got a chatter in the fucking Twitter thread. Let's fucking go. Wait, no, that's the wrong one. No, that's booing. We got a chatter in his Twitter thread. Wow. Awesome. Thanks. Fuck yeah, dude. But yeah, Mick Biden's pops in to say Islamophobia and anti-Semitism are both on the rise. Excuse me, not liking this, by the way. I feel like he's downplaying a rise in anti-Semitism because Israel is bad. And I think you are correct, right? And this isn't something that I wanted to say because I feel, for me, in a debate, in any argument, I think one of the strategies I have, especially for people who I believe are going to be, you know, good, is that I think I don't want to tell them what I know they're thinking so they can change their minds later, you know? Because if you tell someone, if you like make it clear that you believe someone's thinking something, and you know that, then they're often going to end up like kind of weirdly, like feeling like they have to double down, but in some like hidden way. And they have to continue doing that. I prefer to try and kind of like hint towards the fact that I know they're thinking that, and then allow them to, you know, kind of figure out themselves. Because the best change that you can affect in people is intrinsic, right? You want to make people want to change themselves. You don't want them to change because you want them to change. You know, you want to show them, the way, right? Who up hammering the head? Real. I love a bit of arguing, not in bad faith, but it is kind of fun. Yeah, no. I think it's good. And look, you did argue quite aggressively, and I think that's okay too. You know, I think that there is a place in arguments for aggressive actors and for more diplomatic ones, right? I think that there is an important side to being vocally recognized as wrong and saying something bad. I think that's pretty big. Happy 420 subs. Oh my god, folks, we just hit We just hit a funny number. No way, we just hit a funny number. Let's go. Funny. This is awesome.
We did it, Joe.
I'm gonna come.
Great, thanks, folks. Yeah. I am the way, the truth, and the life. Karl Marx or maybe Jesus. Same thing, all right? I'm basically a messiah, okay? All right. How many? Look, you folks are my disciples, all right? Okay. Shout out if you're in chat right now, you're a confirmed disciple, okay? I know, funny number. I know. Isn't this awesome, chat? Isn't this awesome? We all gonna come. Look, okay, apart from the chatters who are minors, okay, please don't involve them. Everyone else, okay. Anyway, and President Sunday pops in. Also, folks, I want to say quickly, while we got all the viewers here, leave a like. Don't forget to leave a like, okay? Likes, give me the likes. Make the engagement go up. Make it show up in more people's notifications, okay? Thank you. All right. Are you guys boosting his ego? Look, you saying I've got an ego? Are you saying I've got an ego? Look, there's no ego to be boosted. All right, I'm a monument. I'm a prime peak example of modesty. Okay, you cannot get more. You cannot get less ego than me. There's nobody less non-self-centered than I am, okay? They all wish they anyway. President oh my god, I nearly just said President Cum Day. Wait, no. Wait, I didn't, okay, no, okay, anyway. President Sunday instead pops in to say, actually, I'm attacking a case of anti-Arab, stop, don't say it, folks. Forget. Stop. Actually, I'm attacking a case of anti-Arab fear-mongering using unverified claims of a literal pogrom in Canada as cover. And I said, how is this specifically anti-Arab when anti-Semitism is measurably on the rise? And I attached this, which is a Guardian article saying that anti-Semitic hate crimes in London have gone up 1,350%, Met Police say. And also with Islamophobic offences in the capital rising by 140%. Which is pretty wild. Not good for either group. Very fair for people to be anxious. Now, I would also want to note that I think there is a greater amount. Wait, I need to look at the statistics on this. But I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised if there were already a decent degree of Islamophobic offenses on the regular, and I wouldn't be surprised if anti-Semitic ones were not as frequent as Islamophobic ones, especially with the Muslim population in London as well. But yeah. So I 140% is also probably going to be like a fuck ton. But I also think that 1,350% also doesn't mean that there's going to be like 30 times more anti-Semitic, more Jewish people being hate crimed in London. I think the number of Islamophobic offences was probably already high-ish. But yeah, no, both groups are being targeted on an increased rate. And Sunday responded saying, because this is what she's referencing, amidst retweeting far-right figures fear-mongering about Palestinian support in Canada. And it's from an independent news site, which you know is often... Sometimes it's okay. Oftentimes it's not. Oftentimes it means that they are actually just a news site which is peddling some sort of disinformation. And I responded saying, right, but Pigeon Man clearly didn't know about that and wasn't talking about it in the sense of targeting Arabs as being responsible. But you inferred he was. If Pigeon Man, a supporter of Palestine and an anti-Islamophobe, was aware of this, he wouldn't have retweeted it. This is the issue. You were too trigger happy with your presumption when this is clearly something that's meant to target and concern people like Pigeon Man, who's Jewish and has fair reason to be a little extra paranoid. Do call out this info, but don't ascribe so much evil here. I want to know, funny Twitter moment. We'd love to see it. The fucking 0 likes and then 14 likes on 2 tweets in a row. There's just, I'm sorry. I know this is serious business, all right? But like, come on, all right? Am I not right? Am I not right? Is it not kind of nice? Does that ratio not feel good when you see that, you know? Clearly the problem with Sunday is that he didn't update his name for October. That's because he's already being spooky. All right, he's already being scary. And he responds saying, "I've already pointed out there's issues that is the feigning ignorance in the case to win an argument. He cannot wrap his head around the notion that Pigeon Man just simply didn't want to actually involve himself. It didn't actually want to do something wrong. To Sunday, this isn't possible for some reason, and I couldn't figure out what. And I said this. I said every single aspect of his politics that I'm familiar with indicate that the only way he would retweet that were if he were ignorant to what's going on. Okay, which is true. There is no fucking thing I've ever seen, and I've had tons of conversations with Pigeon Man. We've chatted a ton, and he's chill. He's nice. He's a reasonable person, and he's not the type of person to be spreading disinformation in order to try and justify the murder of civilians. You know. I said, do you have a fair reason to believe that he's feigning ignorance? Can you tell me what values Pigeon Man perpetuates? Because it seemed like he was, implying that there's some sort of hidden knowledge about Pigeon Man and what he believes that I just don't know about. And I was curious. But alas, nothing. And he said, I actually had posted the receipts. I'm tired of you, Max. Good luck elsewhere. And at this point, he blocks me, okay? And the block lasts for maybe 10 seconds. And I can't tell if this was a block that he then did and then immediately regretted, realizing that maybe he's being a little bit silly. Or maybe he was just trying to get me to unfollow him. Fun fact, not Pigeon Man, President Sunday, one of the few other people on politics Twitter who I like and I've spoken to who didn't follow me back, all right? So I did have a little red flag from that, all right? You know, I'm not like that self-important, but I interact with them fairly regularly, and that seems like a weird thing, you know? But Tio, how you doing? Nice to have you. Bluestone Sussy Wussy, real, very Sussy Wussy. Please show my reply to the last Sunday tweet. I will. This one, you mean? Let's take a look. Call me resident cum gay. That's great. You should say that. You should tweet that. People who don't follow you are literally yes thank you chat. Look, okay folks, this is how you need to be thinking, okay? If they're not a Karl Maxer, they're not worth listening. They probably want you dead. I was thinking about how funny it is that Scientology has the billion-year contract that they make people sign when they go into the fucking Sea Org, which is like the ship that you join when you go to like the highest level of Scientology. I was thinking we do a trillion-year contract or something. I don't know what the next number after that is, but it's gonna be awesome. Oh my god, King Menelaus, what's up? How you doing? Oh no, wait. Tio said I'm doing bad. Today I found out I won't get my CT scan results until Monday, and I have no clue if I need an eye surgery. And I'm sorry, dude. That fucking sucks. That's terrible. Look, I'm sure it'll be okay. You know, that surgery, that kind of thing, terrifying, right? Very spooky, very scary. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants to be to expose themselves or be vulnerable, especially not like that vulnerable, right? But also consider that if there's anyone who's doing surgery on eyes, it's gonna be someone who knows what they're doing. You know, it's gonna be someone who's well educated. It's gonna be people who know what to do to keep you safe and to keep it going well. All right, so you know it's spooky, but you'll be okay. All right, regardless of what happens. But I hope for you that it doesn't have to go that way. Actually makes it better. That's sweet. I'm glad. That's what we're here for. for people getting eye surgery, or probably not getting eye surgery. All right, let's stay optimistic. But yeah, make it a complete gibberish number like gajillion x2. That would be kind of awesome. Okay, but let's see what McBiden said here, because he asked to be featured, and I'm a big fan of McBiden's. All right, I'm a fan of every single one of you folks who are here. Well, I'm not sure about that. You know, there's probably some people who are here who I'm not a fan of, but most of you, okay, everyone in chat, at least, everyone in chat. And McBiden's hopped in to say, when will you drop the whole act above it all and dodge the question by suggesting your point was already proven thing? Yeah. Here we are. Yeah. When are you going to drop the whole thing where you keep on acting like you're actually correct and you've already been proven correct? And Sunday said, because it was, and you're an idiot. Like, holy, you're an idiot. My lord. Like, the anger involved. And this is the thing, right? This is the thing. You having a conversation like this, going in this hard, that's dangerous. You know, that's risky, especially if you're wrong. And McBiden says, well, if you're so fucking smart, then link the tweet, you pompous prick. And he did not ever link the tweet. Now, hold on. Let's see. Let's see where it went. And I responded, this is my final response. I said, the receipts, which receipts indicate he'd be aware of the content of what was going on. He literally immediately rolled it back upon finding out the extended context. You're entirely backing the wrong horse. It's really energy should be reserving for actual Zionists. And he didn't respond. So that was the end of that. Wait a minute, for the smallest time. And then there was an occurrence, all right? There was a little bit of an occurrence, all right? And that occurrence was, I need to find it very quickly because I unfortunately didn't link this one in my thingy. Hello, Russian swagger souls. I'm chilling. How you doing? How you doing, mate? Nice to have you. Reject good faith debate, embrace just spamming low tier god pictures. Very tempting, very tempting. I mean, you know me. I'll occasionally just throw in a you should do that. Yeah. I should go through all your tweets on the stream, Mia. That would be interesting. I'll definitely consider it. Okay, stream segment where we just do nothing but read Mia tweets. I'd be kind of down for that. I would be kind of down for that. Wait a minute. Where is it? Here we are. Okay, so this is a fun tweet that Mr. Pigeon Man made yesterday, and it really throws a hammer in the works of President Sunday, especially after everything that just happened. Okay, so check this out. Turns out the fucking news story was confirmed. It was literally real. Like it wasn't wrong. It wasn't anti-Islamic fucking, it wasn't Islamophobic misinformation to try and get Palestinians killed. It was real. And he fucking spent the whole time making fun of how silly it is, how stupid it is, how ignorant and dangerous it is to be concerned about this, and it's real, and it's been confirmed to be real, and it's absolutely like fucking absurd that he committed to this degree when it was confirmed by the fucking Toronto police. I don't know why it didn't show me the. Is it going to show me the tweet? No, okay. But here, TPS is investigating 2 hate-motivated incidents involving messengers. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm so sorry if I'm not. Okay. In one incident where one was stolen, in the second, hateful remarks were made. Call a specific number if you experience any intimidation, harassment, or hateful behavior. So it happened, and it's been. Apparently it was legitimized. So it's pretty amusing that he committed to saying it was fake and bad and wrong so many fucking times. And yeah, I made this post saying that it was that he soft blocked me over saying it was harsh, and it turned out it did actually happen. And he's yet to respond. I believe if we check Mr. President Sunday's Twitter, we'll see absolutely nothing regarding the topic. Yeah, that doesn't I need to dress like this, okay? I need to do that. Anyway, yeah. So that was a whole fucking saga. So good job. Good job, President Sunday. That was great. Very good to overcommit to that piece of drama and then act like it's the like the apex of of Islamophobia to believe in that and to be concerned about it. Yeah, I'm kind of amused at how he's like totally not addressed this whatsoever, despite him clearly being a relatively online person. Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Okay. Oh God. You know, I don't know if I even want to give Dev any attention, folks. I don't know if I even want to talk about that. You know, like I feel like he's been so. Do we want to talk about that? You know what, folks? I'll give it up to a vote. Do we discuss Dev? Because I'm kind of tempted to just ditch discussing Dev as a topic ever again. Because I feel. Well, we can talk about it a little bit, but I feel like Dev isn't a person. He doesn't have consistent views. He doesn't have consistent values, and therefore it's not really worth trying to engage with him. Because every time there's been he always adjusts what he believes to whoever he's arguing with. Now he has, for example, he has a podcast with Archcast, who's an alt writer, and regularly fucking and he regularly said things about how like Israel definitely needs to go and like bomb all the Palestinians and how they deserve to be flattened and that kind of thing, and yet continues to pretend that it's not legitimate. So if you folks would like, we can take a look through the arguments and we can discuss how I feel about it. Or if you're not up for it, which is also you know, perfectly fine, we can just go on to a different topic and we can hop into the debates that we have lined up for later on. Okay, so we have, okay, wait, folks, so I need to get in the voting music. Is that gonna put a little spring in your step? All right, hold on. Give me a sec. Whoosh! All right, it's time to vote. Okay, we have 43% for yes and 57% for no. That means that if there's another yes voter, it'll go to 50%. All right, so it's 50-50. You folks need to decide. All right, if there's an opinion that you have, if you think that we should be doing this, if you should be talking about it, then you should quickly say, okay, we got 50-50 right now. We need another voter. We need at least one more vote to be able to decide what we do next. We can either be discussing Dev, or we can be talking about some other stuff. We can go into, we can look at the debates. We have some debates between Alex Jones and Nick Fuentes. We have debates between Hassan Piker and Piers Morgan. We have all sorts to look at. Okay, there's 10 votes in. All right. Okay, all right, 10 votes. We have 10 votes in. That is it. The audience has decided. We voted 60% in favor of yes, of discussing Dev. All right. Now, all right. So if we're going to discuss Dev, first off, I want to say, I think the debate went poorly. All right. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I think the debate went poorly, and that's because first of all, I was told that socialism would not be a main feature of the debate. So I was asked about it as well, and I said that I would not like it to be a primary topic, and I wanted to discuss free speech primarily, because socialism is such a broad topic that you can do exactly what you did and bring up like a super specific thing and be like, hey, how do you do this thing, this very specific tiny thing under socialism? And then obviously I'm gonna be like, I don't know. I've not read up on that one specific thing of what happens if you go down to a corner store on 8 o'clock in a socialist country and you say, bread, you know, like I don't know what the exact like procedure is there and how exactly it's gonna go down, you know. But yeah, and therefore it was a pretty tough debate and not really one I felt like I had any effective way of coming out on top on. And also that combined with the fact that he was just somebody who I could say, hey, this thing is bad, and he would be like, yeah, and then I'd be like, okay, so we should try and stop the thing, and he'd be like, no. And then if somebody just believes, if somebody just has no principle where they believe that people should be happy and feel good, I can't really convince them of anything, because the way that I advocate is I tap into, you know, what humans think and how regular people approach things. And regular people, for the most part, they want people to be okay. You know, 90% of the population believes this. 90% of the population believes they want people to be as happy as they can be, and they don't want people to suffer, you know? And Dev, being someone who pretty proudly was like, no, I don't think that. You know, what am I gonna do? You know. So yeah. So that's why I believe that one went pretty poorly. And you know, it was a shame. It was a shame. And also the fact it was another like spanner in my works there was that I didn't know who he was, and I hadn't, you know, educated myself on him. And one of the main things with Dev is that you need to have looked at him and seen his opinions for a long time to understand how it works, because he is constantly shifting, he's constantly adjusting, he's constantly making little hints of one opinion here and then just a careful little twinkle of another opinion there, and he's not trying to overly commit to anything. And if you ask him about something that he said and that's very, you know, crass and fucked up, he'll just say it's a joke every time. So you can't, hard to nail someone down who doesn't really have any real beliefs, it seems, you know. So yeah, and I you know, I talked about this, and I talked about a few times about how ethically inconsistent he is due to one of his tweets, which one here. So this is a tweet talking about how somebody lost a job in order to due to the fact that they had made tweets being pro-Palestine. Okay. And this is a genocide researcher, expert, and lecturer. So I fucking do not believe that this person is a Hamas supporter, okay? And so I don't think that there is any real justifiable reason for why somebody would, you know, not allow somebody to get a job based on their support for Palestine, unless they believe it's like anti-Semitic to be pro-Palestine or something, right? So it's fucked up and it's clearly bad, okay? And she's upset, justifiably so, and Dev pops in, okay? He pops in with his massive, big brain take, and he says, every time one of these freaks has a take like this, you can bet your last dollar that they have a cancel culture isn't real take in their backlog. And she said that cancel culture is not a real thing, okay? Now, personally, I think that cancel culture is kind of real. I think that we have there is a decent portion of the population who very much does like to try and go after people, and it does like to try and you know, make people no longer like publicly viable, like you know, public figures. And I also think though that it doesn't work. I think that it exists in the sense that people want it to exist, and it only exists insofar as people let it exist. But if you just reject its existence, which, you know, many people have, you'll be fine. You know, think about the fucking Minecraft Dream SMP community, and then think about like the stupid edgy jokes that Jay Schlatt makes that like probably wouldn't fly if they were from any of the other people, because they're like all like soft e-boys, you know. I need to get more water, but you cannot. Cancellation is not real. It's only real insofar as you accept that it is, right? It just doesn't actually exist. Okay? Just a moment. I'm gonna get some water. Hold on. Okay. Hello, folks. Oh, you fuckers. Don't you dare. Alright, that's it. That's it, okay? I'm sending all of you to get guillotined, alright? When the revolution comes, it includes chatters who said live max reaction when I fucking get up. Did the sun get here? Okay, alright. Mm-hmm. Okay. Where were we? Okay, so he made that tweet saying that he's very angry that somebody said that cancel culture isn't real. And so I made a tweet making fun of that, due to the fact that Dev is somebody who's regularly defended the existence of valid Ls on the basis that what happens on the internet doesn't actually matter. And I tweeted out this. I said, cancel culture is real, but the valid L's causing damage with an account specifically designed to try and cause suicide isn't. With two very disheveled emojis. Okay, that's how my brain was feeling at the time. And I said, interesting how dev seems to have no lasting convictions and changes to whatever's most convenient at the time. I posted this tweet of her saying, yeah, I'm not defending valid L's. I'm just not going to accept being follow shamed. The internet isn't a real place. And you can interpret the internet isn't a real place a few ways. I'm pretty sure, and he's, I think he would probably try and make up something different now, because this is my speculation, and he intentionally does this of keeping things kind of open-ended, and implying what he thinks. I think Dev is just probably just a very, very much crypto fascist. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's either just somebody who's very aware of his space in like the fucking like conservative / fascist apparatus, as somebody who's meant to be a pretend medium, or he's just a straight up crypto fascist. So yeah, he fucking I tweeted out this, and it was a whole thing. And now let me get to the tweet that made me block him. All right. Here we are. So here we are. No, first of all, we have to go through the argument. What is the point in following valid L's for Dev exactly? That's a great fucking question. Well, he said that he thinks they're funny, I believe. I think he says that he believes they're funny. And that's a fucking wild thing to say when half of their shtick is just posting when some trans person dies and how like posting the fucking cigarette or something. Like it's just genuinely fucking disgusting, right? There's just no other way around it. So let's take a look at our let's take a look at our little conversation. So this is actually started by a different one. But this is also related to the previous tweet he made about how it's good that somebody didn't get their job due to supporting Palestine. So somebody responded saying, some leftists support cancel culture, so it's obviously good and correct for other people to lose their jobs for supporting Palestine. I'm very serious and smart. Literally, yes. Cry about it, fag. Which is a fucking wild thing to say. Also weird to call some random person a fag, like unnecessarily. Like I'll call my friends like that, I'll call my loved ones that. I'm not actually gonna unironically use that as like an insult on someone, I feel like that's kind of weird and fucked up. Yeah, and somebody said here, except there's no equivalence whatsoever. Alt-right getting cancelled for anti-Semitism for European interests versus libs getting cancelled for anti-Semitism for Arab interests. They are quite possibly the most equivalent positions you could possibly construct in the modern political climate. So this person is saying that they're comparing the fact that right-wingers who believe that Jews are genuinely taking over the world and are actually the cause of the white genocide that they believe is happening, and probably need to be removed in order for whiteness to thrive and not to be wiped out. He's saying that that's exactly the same as people saying, hey, maybe Israel shouldn't kill innocent people, oh my god, Jews base? I mean, yeah, sure, fucking... Yay, Jews. I mean, yay, innocent people, okay? Yay, innocent people. What the fuck? I'm sorry, Taze on Day, what are you doing here? What the fuck? Hello, welcome to the stream, Taze on Day. Yeah, I play the guitar on the wall. I play the guitar. The electric one I'm kind of shitty at, and it like hurts my fingers. Because I got the nice strings that don't fuck up your fingers, but they're kind of like rusty now. But I have an acoustic one a little bit further over on the wall, which I strum, and I do a little songs when I'm when I'm trying to infatuate someone. But no, I have my piano here, which I'm better at. But how are you doing, Taze on Day? It's nice to have you in chat. Do Wonderwall? Oh no, folks, look, we have to talk about the drama, okay? We have to talk about the drama. We have things to get into. Okay. All right. Hey, I'm fucking. You should say we should. You should subscribe to me. I'm sure you love the content here. Okay. anyway. So let's talk about what gets claimed here. So. I say that there's a bit of a difference between maybe Israel shouldn't bomb civilians and actual anti-Semitism. And Dev says, Israel shouldn't bomb civilians. Hamas shouldn't slaughter/kidnap civilians. Both are bad. From a moral perspective, I support neither. From a realpolitik perspective, I don't even know what realpolitik means, by the way. It's a German word that you could describe to real politics, but I assume he's talking about what you would have to decide if you were to be forced to decide one due to fucking actually, making a solid political position. From a realpolitik perspective, I support Israel because liberal democracies are better than Islamic shithole states. And Israel is one of the more developed Middle Eastern countries in a fair few ways, especially if we're looking at things like gay rights and whatnot. And the government of Israel is probably better than Hamas, right? Which is why you should just not support Hamas. It's not that hard. You can and I'm gonna be a little bit later on in this thread. I'm gonna be showing some tweets from Dev where he does very clearly prove how basically heartless he is and how fine he is with actually supporting just murdering innocent civilians. And so I said, so you agree it would then be fucked up if someone got fired over expressing views being against the murder of Palestinians and pro-Palestinian liberty from oppression? Let's assume that this is someone who's explicitly stated they're anti-Hamas. Would you be for their termination? And he said, depends. If they were gleefully rubbing their hands together over rightoids wearing MAGA hats, getting fired saying cancel culture is not consequence culture, and it's hate speech, not free speech, fuck them. They can fucking rot. Live by the sword, die by the sword, bitch. So this is one of those people who believes that because there is, because somebody doesn't think that you should be able to go around saying that you think all Jews should be dead, you should be able to be censored and be able to be fucking not given a job for believing that Palestinians should have rights and that they shouldn't be constantly oppressed by Israel. So this is the pitfall with Dev, right? He has no political genuine principles. He primarily seems to base his politics in whatever's most in whatever his immediate gut reactionary thought is, right? It's just whatever's gonna piss off the annoying people, okay, and it's just gonna be epically owning the people who think that children shouldn't get murdered. That's the whole thing. Destiny brain, yeah, realpolitik equals pragmatism in geopolitics. That's what I thought. Okay, thank you. He's doing this the same concern trolling that Gamergators used to do when they would say things like, how can you support Muslim immigrants when they hate gay people? Yeah, literally. And it's saying that as if fucking there aren't Israelis who fucking hate gay people as well, come on. And I said, I mean, sure, I don't think anyone should be fired for expressing support for a presidential candidate, but that's also not usually what's happening. If people get fired for being publicly very racist or anti-Semitic, I wouldn't really take issue with that, whether a lefty or a righty. I also think there's a vast difference between being pro-Palestine and anti-Jews existing, though, is there not? And he said, at this point, nah. You got pro-Palestine people tearing down posters of Jewish casualties, talking about from the river to the sea, which is a genocidal slogan. That one is contested, by the way. I think it depends on your fucking interpretation of it. But I don't think it's necessary to totally eliminate Israel as a state. I think you can reform it and fix it, and I think there are Israelis who do have a right to live in a country which, they identify with. You shouldn't necessarily tear that from them either. But you do need to fix it. But yeah. So he then gives me a fucking Marx quote when we continue arguing, and it's just a whole thing. I have to restate my questions to him a few times. And then at one point we get to this, right? So this is me reposting one of his tweets, which he made, which is him posting a Jewish gigachad in response to a tweet reporting that the Israeli defense minister orders siege on Gaza. There will be no electricity, no food, and no fuel. We are fighting human animals, and we will act accordingly. And Dev decides to post a gigachad meme. So I posted this. I said he's very clearly expressing support for the demise of Palestinians, something that he denied here, of course, because he constantly changes his views and cannot commit to absolutely anything. And he said, "Do you think that it's a serious post? Lol." So he's coping. Okay, this is what we in the business in medicine we call this cope. Okay, it's pure cope. And he's saying that he's not a serious post. And I said, I think that in combination with the other tweets you've made about how being pro-Palestine means you're anti-Semitic conveys a pretty clear set of values. I don't take jokes seriously if you regularly express opposing views to them, but you don't really, do you? And I said, you can also just read the comments on your post. If it's a joke, why not clarify that to any of the dozens of people saying that they genuinely agree with that sentiment? I think it's not really a misconstrual if you said that and left it as is, no? Oh my god, are you guys fighting about Destiny? I swear to God, I'm gonna mute Destiny for like the name from the chat, okay? There's too much. There's gonna be too much discourse, okay? Ease up, all right? And then he said, because I'm not here to police my followers. Also, if you think I haven't posted a jihad gigachad meme when it was right, you're wrong. And I said, if you're happy to be a useful idiot for murderous Zionists, I think that's kind of pathetic. And I wouldn't care about jihad gigachad because you don't make posts regularly endorsing jihadist sentiments, contrary to your approach with Zionism. And he said, for the third time, from a moral perspective, I support neither. From a realpolitik perspective, I support Israel because liberal democracies are better than Islamic shithole states. I don't support Zionism. I do support getting people angry on Twitter, which is such cuck shit, by the way. I'm sorry. If you have like thoughts, okay? If you have thoughts, if you have a brain, you know, that kind of thing, like, you know, if there's like those little things that like you don't really see them or feel, like you feel them, but they're in your head. If you have those, you can come up with plenty of ways to say genuine beliefs that you have and make people angry with it. That's what I do. I have so many beliefs, and there's a pretty regular basis where I'll put something out which vaguely lines up with my beliefs, and it'll be extra provocative in order to fuck with people, you know, and that's fine. And he does this as well, but he fucking lies about it. Let me okay, and yeah, wait, no, I need to reblock him. I just unblocked him to look at one of the replies he left for me, and then went away. But yeah, okay, let me find the tweet, the final tweet where I blocked him, okay? And this was in response to us having a discussion about valid L's, right? And talking about that tweet he made. And here's what he said, okay? So actually, let me take it from the top here. So at one point I said that Dev has no principles. He tweeted it with the Vosh clip of Vosh saying that winning is his principle. I gave him the added context, also fucking ratio. Let's go chatters, we got it. But ratioed him by saying that it was the clip where Vosh is actually talking about voting for Biden, and that that's not actually like an issue for him, and that he doesn't see that as surrendering values. And he said, interesting how Dev seems to have no lasting convictions and changes to whatever's most convenient at the time. And he said, yes, I will ruthlessly pursue good ends regardless of strategy, like a good proper utilitarian. Which is very stupid because the good ends, regardless of strategy, you need a good strategy to attain good ends, I'm afraid, Dev. If you don't actually engage in having principled strategy, you're probably going to not get good ends. I don't know. I mean, it just doesn't work like that. You need to have some principle. You need to have some moral compass. You know, you need to have some thought. And I said utilitarianism is when you permit stochastic terrorism and allow large-scale targeted harassment to prevail on a constant basis. And then he said this, which is fucking crazy, when I said when this is a conversation which is where I've explicitly mentioned that the existence of valid L's is in order to fucking cause trans suicide. And he says this. He says, yes, my terrorism good, your terrorism bad. Anything else? With another fucking Giga Chad meme. So it seems like this is his favorite way of expressing a terrible fucking reprehensible opinion that he's not actually like, that no like human person would have, right? And he hides behind the funny meme, the funny silly meme. And one of my followers here pops in to say, claims to not be defending sarcastic terrorism, claims it's good terrorism, least incoherent dev train of thought. Yeah. So once again, we exposed Dev for being a fucking idiot, and I then make my my tweet saying that saying this in a conversation about valid L's being a stochastic terrorist who intentionally tries to get trans people killed through harassment is fucking abhorrent. I'm blocking this cunt again. Fuck that. So yeah, and that's pretty much the end of that little saga. So he kind of following this, he likes to he went and apparently, you know, made some tweets making fun of the whole situation, talking about how I actually like got nothing out of it. I don't think he realizes that he's a fucking massive like figure on, like, not massive, been over 100,000 subscribers, and he put me on his channel, and like I'm fucking like chilling with that, you know? Like I know I didn't like fucking like totally like tear him limb from limb in the debate, but like he seems to be totally unaware of the fact that it is like infinitely more beneficial for me to like all of these interactions than it has ever been for him. So I don't know, I appreciate that, I enjoy it, and yeah, holy shit, he posted a TNO, he is unironically brain dead. Yeah. It's insane that these are the same people who accuse the left of doing stochastic terrorism. Not surprising. Not surprising. What was the symbolism of that image? Like the heart armband and the portrait in the back? That's from Hearts of Iron 4 or something. It's like a faction in a game. It's like a right-wing one that's like anti-German. I like read up on this. It was like some little thing. But it's like basically a right-wing group in a game. I can't remember if it was like Hearts of Iron, like Civ or some shit, but it's not real. But yeah, it does represent right-wing views. So that is very clearly like what he's saying. So yeah, and that's when I blocked him, because you know what? I've kind of fucking had it, you know? I've kind of fucking had it. Like I'm happy to talk to people who I believe are good faith, and I thought he might be, and that's why I humored it for a while. But after talking to him for long enough, I've come to realize that's fucking bullshit. Okay? It's just not true. He's clearly just someone who like constantly lies. He's clearly someone who's not actually capable of being sincere. And he's not really worth my time. So therefore, I think we're done. You know? I think it's time to close the chapter. I'm not gonna be I mean, I'll like step in to respond to somebody's post, but I don't think I'll be posting any of his tweets or anything to make fun of them. I'm just gonna leave it at that, you know? I also feel like that's the the best move here, you know? Like I got it, I think I juiced the situation pretty well, and now it's done. I wish I had the resolve to block people. You should. There's no shame in blocking people. I swear to God, I always say this, you know? I always say this. People are so fucking annoying, okay? People are so annoying. They can be so evil. They can be so shitty. There's no shame in saying, fuck off. I don't want to talk to you. And that's all a block is, you know? That's all a block is. And there's no like issue there. Walter won because you blocked him. Yeah, so true. So true. Yeah. Oh wait, no, I think he's saying that to me, Mia. But no, I blocked Walter for good reason. Bro needs to stop saying to hit children in my replies, okay? I'm not happy with that. Okay, folks, we have reached the end we've reached the end of our little section about Twitter drama, and now it's time to decide. Okay, we have the decision between watching fucking Shark 300. Is that how you say it? Shark confronting Matt Walsh on his old comments about age and young women, which is going to be entertaining. We have the Hassan Piker slash Piers Morgan debate, and we have the Alex Jones slash Nick Fuentes debate. All of these should be pretty good stuff. These should be pretty juicy. So I want you folks, okay, everyone in chat right now, okay, put down your pencils, fucking put down whatever else you're doing, okay, and quickly just take a look at your phone, take a look at your computer, and give me a vote, okay? It's time, all right? It's time to give me the thing. Not that, I don't mean it like that, okay? Give me the votes, okay? Give me the vote. Tell me what you want to see, okay? We have the choice. We have fantastic decisions here, okay? The Alex Jones one is going to be fucking interesting. We know that Nick Fuentes is going to be a pretty fucking, he's going to be provocative. He's going to make Alex say some shit. We know that he's way happier to say some fucked up stuff than other people are. We know that Matt Walsh is said some really weird shit, and that if he gets confronted over those comments, it's going to be a pretty entertaining clip. It's going to be pretty interesting. It's going to be pretty fun. And we have the option of watching Hassan Piker and Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan's a pretty entertaining individual, and so is Hassan Piker. We could see how they go. We could see how it goes. All right, we've got 6 votes in. Okay, folks, last chance if you want to vote. We've got like 10 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, end of the poll. We fucking...
We did it, Joe.
Let's go, everybody. Everyone DM Max. Do not DM me stick, okay? I do not consent. I prefer muting so they can scream into the void. Thing is, when bigger accounts target me, and like I've argued with a lot of bigger people, I'm happy to mute them. I'm happy to block them rather, because then I don't have to worry about the rest of their audience coming after me. Okay. Alex and Nick for the win. I love messy queers fighting. My god. All right. Okay. So we have a result. Good job, folks. Let's go. Okay. And the what you folks voted for was Alex Jones versus Nick Fuentes. Okay. And I'm afraid I probably swayed the vote a bit by saying I think that one's going to be interesting, but I do. And it should be a pretty good time, folks. All right. Now I'm mildly concerned about I'm mildly concerned about oh-be-doo-be-doo. Hold on. Excuse me. I'm mildly concerned about being claimed or something, but I don't think that'll happen. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. They both got caught doing a little trolling. They do that. They can't help it. They're wired to do it, you know? They're just kind of epic like that, you know? They're just biologically inclined to be epic. All right, let me. There we are. There we are. Okay. All right. Actually, I'm sorry. I should be saving those sounds. Okay. Subscribe to my. You have to donate money for those sounds. Okay. Third time's a charm. Your 2 other accounts got blasted. Wait, what the fuck? What is it doing? Why is it doing that to you folks? Why is it blasting your accounts into the void? I'm sorry. That's really weird. That's kind of strange. Okay. All right. Anyway, yeah, I'm really sorry. I hope that doesn't, I wonder why that is. I really wonder why that is. I can't, I'm not sure, folks. I'm not sure. Okay, anyway, we'll have to hop into this, okay? I hope it doesn't continue going like that, all right? But let's just take a look and we'll pray for the best. Okay, folks? Okay? All right, let's do it.
These 2 acceptable positions, and they're sort of the same. It's like heads I win, tails you lose. You can either be pro-Israel or anti-Palestine, but you can't be in this position where you say I'm pro-America, and actually that means that I'm actually a little more anti-Israel in this case than I am anti-Muslim.
So very quick there, okay? When Nicky Fuentes says he's pro-America, okay, I think we all We all know what that means, okay? Definitely
So that's where
not America, okay?
I'm
White.
coming from. I want to be the guy that says, you know, I'm actually more offended by the Zionist infiltration of America. Doesn't mean I support mass Muslim migration, but that's to me the bigger urgency. Muslims haven't taken over America, Zionists have. So that's where I'm coming from, and I just think maybe we disagree on that.
What's going on in Israel is the 10,000-foot view, but when you pull up even
So yeah, Zionists, folks, have taken over America. Zionists.
higher, I'm against war against Russia, and I believe the West started war with Russia. Well, Russia's pro-Palestinian. So you see, oh, now I'm supporting the Russians that are pro-Palestinian. Now I'm pro-Palestinian. No, I'm anti-nuclear war. So I have a very, quite frankly, sophisticated understanding of dialectics, and maybe it's over people's heads. I'm not trying to be arrogant, and so you know,
I love that. I love that. He's so modest, guys. He is so modest, okay? You wish you were as modest as Alex Jones.
tell me how I communicate this properly to people. But I'm sure.
Is this a debate about whether Muslims or Jews have taken over the world? Yeah, kind of. Okay, but don't worry, okay? It goes into more. They discuss World War III, Israel, Russia, and more, okay? There should be other stuff as well.
I'm not getting a call, and I'm not part of the group that's controlled. I literally see Jews as diverse people.
That's such a good line. That's such a good line, guys. You think he's anti? He literally thinks Jews are diverse people. What are you talking about?
I see all these groups as diverse people.
Oh my God, Alex Jones has gone woke.
And I'm really trying to get people to say, hey, let's get bugs off the menu. Let's not cut the coal power plants off.
I like Nick Fuentes' face as well. He's not very good at hiding his little reaction. Now watch how he responds when Alex Jones says the bug line.
To say, hey, let's get bugs off the menu. Let's not cut the coal power plants off. Let's not tell kids they're inherently evil because of what color they are.
He
I'm
looks so
opposing
tired
the
of
globalist
it.
agenda, whoever's behind it.
I love Alex Jones and I'm not afraid to say it. Look, me neither. All right, like I'm fond of him. I mean, I'm kind of afraid to say it. Okay, I'm fond of him. I like him. He's a terrible, evil, fucked up man, but I do want to hang out with him. But I will continue to criticize him and shit on him with all the might I have.
I've not been this excited ever.
Okay, also, funny clip. This is from the announcement of Alex Jones partnering with Steven Crowder's Mug Club, as Steven Crowder's career was gradually, propelling towards the drain following his loud rejection of a Daily Wire contract. And here is him at the announcement of his collaboration with Crowder, and he's very clearly on coke. It's a fun thing. He rambles a lot. He says some like wild shit, and he really goes for it. Would I kiss Alex if I could? No, okay, no, I wouldn't kiss Alex Jones if I would, okay? It's not true. It's not true. No. I promise, okay? That's not a yes. It's not a yes.
Forming begins now. Join Mug Club and get 1 month free with promo code ALEX at jonescrowder.com.
Don't do that, folks, okay?
Big broadcast today. We're talking to naughty people.
Oh, God. Maybe whichever chatter says that these were two queers, I think was probably right. I know Nick Fuentes is definitely fucking gay. Like, Nick Fuentes very clearly wants to fuck feminine guys, which I respect. Look, I'm me too, Nick, okay? Me and you both, all right? But I'll be honest about it, all right? He won't. Alex, on the other hand, he's expressed a lot of homophobic sentiments over the past, and he's been married to several women, so it makes him extra straight and extra bad at marriage. But yeah,
Nick,
I miss having Fuentes in the TGG chat. It's so fucked, man. I can't believe it's had fucking Nick Fuentes there. He's so gay in DMs. I know! That's what I say. I know. I fucking, that's exactly what I expected to be like, and I fucking know he is like that. It's so funny. It's so funny.
Fuentes here with us for the next hour and 38 minutes, and then the top Russian broadcaster, Putin's buddy, joins us. How dare us actually hear what the Russians have to say. We're going to be evil Americans.
Alex Jones famously he's never given the Russian perspective.
Exercise our free speech here
He was angry when Trump had the affair with the goblins. Oh my god. Okay, wait, chatters. If there's any chatters here who don't know the goblins, listen to this.
I don't want to see him kissing goblins, having political succubus with goblins. I just don't want to catch him in bed with a goblin. He's going to marry a goblin. Is Trump going to have babies with a goblin?
It's great. I love it. Goblins. Spooky.
The broadcast until 3 p.m. Central today. And then Owen Schroyer is back to host the war room. Oh, sorry, he's in federal prison for being peacefully on the Capitol grounds on January 6th. And
okay, spoiler alert. Owen Schroyer was not peacefully on the Capitol grounds. Owen Schroyer was actually, he was actually on the Capitol grounds saying death to tyrants after saying Democrats are tyrants and actually communists. Yeah. Trump cheated on Alex with the guns. True. This is the law that we learned in the deep dive.
trying to stop people
The guy's face as he says this shit is so funny. I love it.
going into the building.
Remember when Fuentes examined his roommate's room with a blacklight to make sure he wasn't having sex? Oh, and there was that time we had trans porn on his phone on stream. Alex or fucking Fuentes, because they both did this on one of the it was a couple years ago when Alex accidentally had a tab of trans porn open on his thingy. That was also pretty funny.
Oh, there's not tyranny in America. So Nick Fuentes is here. America First Foundation.org.
Both, I would believe that. Me too.
Rumble at Nick J. Fuentes. And he joins us here. Nick, I appreciate you coming on short notice.
Oh, he appreciates him coming. This is crazy.
Yeah, great to be here. Thanks for having me.
I will shake hands with baby Hitlers. I had some fun with that.
Yeah, no, that was good. That was funny. I said on
No. Oh, you can't make a joke and then be like, yeah, I had fun with that one. Am I right? Oh,
Twitter, though, I think it got me banned. I said, I'm really more like young Hitler or Hitler Jr.
Which is a joke, too. All right.
I love it. I love whenever Alex has someone on, because Alex is perpetually trying and failing to do damage control, okay? Alex cannot stop someone for shit, all right? It's the funniest fucking thing. I love how nervous Nick Fuentes looks whenever he's on the show. They both look really nervous. It's really funny. I really enjoy it. I love seeing these people get stressed out.
Yeah, I've been talking quite a bit about you in the last hour and 20 minutes. Probably 20 minutes of the last hour and a half was you. So till we go to break in like 5 minutes, you've got the floor. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah. Well, I did watch your show today, and I watched your show yesterday and on Saturday. I saw you call me out, and I said about you that you believe in these conspiracy theories about 9/11, about mass shootings, but you said that Israel did not blow up that hospital on Friday, but it was
He's baby Hitler. Hitler didn't have kids. Okay, shut up.
Palestinians. And I said that that's interesting because
Look, okay, the baby Hitler question that everyone asks, if it was Nick Fuentes, yes.
Because, I mean, to me, directionally, we know that Israel does this sort of thing all the time.
Look at his wafy thin wrists the way he talks with his hands. Look, it's okay. We don't need to gaydar him, okay? We've already clocked him, all right? He's been clocked.
They blow up hospitals, schools, mosques, and so he's going somewhere else here, but so I think it's okay. Just I'm like, where's this guy going?
That's kind of funny, just leaving.
I say, well, it's far more obvious that Israel attacked.
Could I fix Nick? That's a good fucking question, okay? Because I have an issue, okay? I have an issue. I mean, you've seen this. I'm convinced I can fix, like, most people, you know? Nick, though? Nick? I mean, I think some of these people, they're just missing fundamental empathy, and they won't get that back. And they don't want that back, because it's, like, fun for them. And so unless there were like some world in which Nick stopped receiving all the constant support he did for being a terrible person, I don't think it would work. He's been trying to fix me and just get worse. No. You know, you get better. You've been look. Okay. Your opinions. Look, I don't want to take too much credit, okay? But I think I don't think you generally have that bad opinions at their core. I think the way you've expressed them in the past has been damaging, and we've talked about it. But I think I've done good, okay? Everyone I talk to, I think, becomes generally, well, not everyone I talk to feels better, but everyone I talk to who's much more, like, right-wing than me, I can usually, tug over a little bit,
Hospital, not the Palestinians. And I think it's coming out from the mainstream media. They don't want that Israel attacked that hospital because it's pissing off and incensing all the Muslims in the region, which puts Israel in a bad situation. So, for me, I'm thinking that the big problem going on is that Israel should not be permitted to level Gaza. And it's not just because of the Palestinian human rights. It's also
crazy that that's like a hot take as well, right? It's crazy that it's like weird to hear that. I mean, obviously, Nick Fuentes being the subject aside, it's just weird that that's like not the standard take.
It's against America's interest. And I've seen on your show, you focus on the refugee issue, that the Palestinians are pouring in and Muslims are coming into the United States or Europe. But in every case where there's massive amounts of refugees coming in, it's because Israel is up to their usual tricks doing these wars. And
Israel is up to their usual tricks, folks. Their usual tricks. What kind of... Are you saying... I wonder, do you think Israelis are like tricksterish? Do you think there might be something there, folks? I don't know. Just a conspiracy theory I have.
Iraq, Syria, Libya, and now in Palestine. And, just to put it simply and shortly, I'm America first like you. I actually think we agree on a lot. I'm not necessarily pro-Muslim or pro-Israel. I'm pro-America. I identify the two Americas.
I like as well. That's a very interesting bit as well, right? The dichotomy is pro-Muslim or pro-Israel. It's not pro-Jew. It's not that. It's pro-Muslim. Or it's pro-Israel, right? He's being very, very careful with exactly how he's like presenting that.
American interest in this conflict is one, no refugees.
Up to their usual tricks, they love doing practical jokes on the goy. Yeah. Imagine it's not even like it's just like little silly, harmless jokes, but it just keeps on happening, and it's making him like virulently anti-Semitic. There's just one person who like pranks Nick Fuentes on a regular basis, and they happen to be Jewish, and it made him like this.
Not a single one. And two, we can't go to war with Iran.
Do you reckon Nick thinks Israel is money grubbing? I don't know. Maybe. I think there's a slight, minor chance there.
Dragged into a larger global conflict. Now, if you believe that those two things are vital American interests, you have to support that Israel be restrained in their approach in Gaza, because the more intense Israel's ground war is in Palestine, the more refugees there's going to be, and the more intense their operation in Palestine, the higher the risk of a intervention by Hezbollah, and then therefore that the conflict escalates and widens and includes Iran, which would then necessarily include the United States. So I think the America First position...
I mean, this isn't necessarily terrible analysis. Yeah, I mean, if it continues to escalate, it could get worse. I don't think there's going to probably be more involvement, though. I mean, I feel like it would just continue to get worse for Palestinians, and they would just be murdered more, and then eventually there would be none left to murder. I don't know. I'm curious about how this would go. But I am... Yeah, I am hoping it will scale down.
Is actually to support Palestine.
The Israelis griefed my house in Minecraft? No, they love doing this. This keeps on happening.
Palestinian statehood, and consequently to fall on the side of the Palestinians in this one. And I think that's where we disagree.
Yeah, I think granting them statehood, Israel's not going to let that happen, and so that's going to start World War III.
Yeah, just concede to literally every single thing that Israel wants.
Up until that point, I agree with about 95% of what you said.
Yeah, and I think we agree for the most part.
Okay, but you just said in the clip we had, I'm not going to, we'll keep...
Alex Jones also does the same thing that Dev does, in that he shifts and forms his opinions around whoever is there with him at the moment, right? You can see this over the course of any interaction Alex Jones has with other people. He will gladly surrender his beliefs, unless as long as there's some sort of benefit to him. If there's no benefit, he will go after them, and if there's more benefit and going after them and shitting on them, he'll do that. But a lot of the time, what Alex will do is he'll just agree with whatever they say, as long as there's someone who's supporting him and giving him some sort of clout or money or anything like that.
Going, it's your time.
Sure.
Why are principles when
So
money
the
exists?
thing that I've
Real.
noticed about conservatives is this.
Real
This is
chatter.
my perspective. 'cause-
Very
and I
good.
just want to clarify, I
Very
don't think you're dishonest. I don't think I've accused you of lying or anything like that. I've said on my show, we have a disagreement. I think we have a fundamental disagreement. But what I've noticed is that a lot of conservatives, there's really like two acceptable positions right now. And one acceptable position is that you're pro-Israel. And you see these guys like Shapiro and Levin and Prager and the usual suspects, and they all want us to go and give Israel all our money and send our aircraft carriers, and we have to support the moral case for Israel. And then on the other side, the other acceptable position is you can be anti-Palestinian, where you maybe don't talk so much about Israel or the Zionist influence, and instead you say, well, the problem here is these domestic protests with Muslims, and that Hamas is like BLM, and that Hamas doesn't actually hate Israel, they just hate white people. Like,
I can't imagine like laying this out. Just like the clear inherent evil with both of those perspectives. just being like, yeah, this is us. This is like the people who like me and support me.
the left. And to me, I look at these two acceptable positions and they're sort of the same. It's like heads I win, tails you lose. You can either be pro-Israel or anti-Palestine, but you can't be in this position where you say I'm pro-America, and actually that means that I'm actually a little more anti-Israel in this case than I am anti-Muslim.
It's very funny to try and somehow like make America the center of your like political thought here. This is exactly like this is exactly the same excuse that tankies use to support fucking like Russia in invading Ukraine, right? It's exactly the same shit. Somehow finding a way to tie something back that's like totally I mean, obviously it's gonna have like geopolitical effects, right? Obviously that's gonna be a factor, but ignoring like the core of it to be like, but America, you know, wow, America, we need to think about this instead of like all the fucking people who are dying. It's like fucking insane. In the Russo-Ukrainian war, I would support Chad. That is an opinion.
And so that's where I'm coming from. I want to be the guy that says, you know, I'm actually more offended by the Zionist infiltration of America. Doesn't mean I support mass Muslim migration, but that's to me the bigger urgency. Muslims haven't taken over America, Zionists have. So that's where I'm coming from, and I just think maybe we disagree.
Zionists have taken over America. Let's put this up to 1.5. Do we say? Because this is a long debate.
On that.
All right. Nick Fuentes, AmericaFirstFoundation.org on Rumble. Nick J. Fuentes. We'll come back. I'll respond for a few minutes on what you just said. We continue on with other topics. Then hopefully we were able to do this with Ye. We can get some, towards the end, some other topics. Because I just don't just focus on Israel. I'm not saying you do that, but some people do it. I'm really sick of it. So I'm worried about technocracy. I'm worried about the new world order, globalist WEF stated plan to make humans obsolete. You all know Harari. The future is not human. And they're rolling their plan out. They mean business. And I get the debates, the different perspectives of people that are worried about the Israeli lobby and see what Israel's doing and get sick of it. I understand that perspective. Then I see Israel as a very diverse country, just like Justin Trudeau only gets 23% of the vote. Netanyahu's getting like 30-something. So there's a fight there. It's like America. Here's a perfect example. We've got leftist groups in Chicago, New York, Miami, going to kosher grocery stores and just screaming and yelling and saying shame on any Jew or other people coming in and out of there, workers. Whereas I actually know the numbers. I'd have to say 50% of Jews, at least in America, are actually pro-Palestinian. And you've seen like ADL workers out pulling down signs of the Jewish people that have been held hostage.
Worst guy you know, making good point.
And you see the Washington Post saying they're not hostages, they've been detained. So what I'm saying is there's a larger calculus here where the globalists and the UN are bringing in all these Muslims. They're organizing them to be socialist, communist, and to join the leftist parties, whether it's the Democratic Party here or the Labour Party in the UK. And I see their power really rising and them joining with...
Oh yeah, Labour ate shit with Muslim support, by the way, following Keir Starmer saying that he thinks that Israel, God, some like terrible thing about like how they should keep going.
The left. I've seen a few good spots like Dearborn where they said, you know, we're right wing, we're pro America, we're not going to put up the LGBT flag, we're going to put up the American flag. And I see them saying, hey, Muslims protesting, saying we're not going to have, you know, drag queen pedophile time at our school. So I don't hate Muslims either. I just see them as billions of people that main religion says we're going to take you over. And then I see them allied with the left. And boy, I see that combination. I'm like, woo! So I didn't get a call, as you guys like to say, like, you have two acceptable things. Be pro-Israel to the hilt and say murder all of the Palestinians, or you can just bash the Palestinians. I'm saying, like,
Labour's favorite hobby is eating shit. Yeah, unfortunately. I saw a Starmer supporter say he was misunderstood when the guy was on Sky News. Oh, I mean, I would be very curious if someone wants to fucking like elaborate. That would be great, but you know.
She's saying she's going to bring him here. I'm like, no, you're not. So that's not me taking the. Hold on. What am I supposed to say now? Yes, sir. I mean, that is my legit. I'm against open borders. Period. I'm on record, Nick. So there, I just feel like a minute and a half. You can now respond.
Yeah, I just think that the, you know, this dialectic that you're talking about, it's true that there's factionalism in Israel. It's true that there's factionalism in Jewry, but they are all
Jewry
on the same team fundamentally. And we know this because ADL.
I'm going to center the camera. When I get up, it's not, you're not bad. Just
okay.
Go ahead.
So the ADL, which you mentioned, they've had some of their employees tearing down these posters, but then the ADL fired them. Jonathan Greenblatt went on MSNBC and he demanded that they fire some of their pro-Palestinian commentators, which MSNBC then did. Now, a couple months ago, there was a big dispute between some of these right-wing Zionist Jews and the ADL.
Very normal
and people
thing
like
to say.
myself and
Yes.
Keith Woods
Yes.
said the ADL is a problem because it's a Jewish group that's clearly controlling speech on social media. You know, Greenblatt goes and brags and says he's got a line in with YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and he tells them what to ban and what not to ban. We said, so we should get rid of the ADL. Then all these Zionist Jews come in and say, well, the problem isn't the ADL. They said the ADL has a noble mission.
I mean, the ADL isn't telling people what to ban, but they help define hate speech. I mean, there have been cases of them like going after like the wrong things, though, I believe. But I generally though, they're doing a fucking very useful service of helping figure out what kind of things like people will do in order to try and cause damage, especially through like digital means, which is something that's like, you know, obviously going to be underdeveloped, right, and constantly in need of refreshing. So it's very important that we do have organizations like the ADL. Hello, hi spooky boy. Wait, your Twitter was something. I can't remember what your Twitter was, but I know who you are. What's up? How you doing?
Just to fight anti-Semitism.
Mr. Singh, has Mr. Singh made an appearance? He has not, which I'm surprised about, frankly.
So the problem with the ADL is that they attack people that are pro-Zionist. And so in other words, the
Wait,
right-wing...
but I want to note, though, if chatters who don't know, we had Taze on Day in the chat earlier? For some reason, there was Taze on Day in the chat? Punished Andy, that's right. We had Taze on Day. Can we talk about that for a second? I'm sorry, it's been long enough that I can, like, freak out about it, because he's definitely not here now. What the fuck? Taze on Day? Tay, like, what the fuck was that? Why was Taze on Day in my YouTube, in my Twitch stream chat? That was, like, absurd. That was so strange. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. It was so crazy. Watch him still be here? Please no. I would be fucking spooked. I don't want... Who? Wait, let me show you folks, okay? Awoosh. Wait, let me open YouTube. Taze on Day is a YouTube legend of sorts. Oh no. Ignore live stream. Oh wait, no. He made the song Chocolate Rain on YouTube, which got 137 million views. This guy is a classic. He's basically a classic meme guy. I don't know if we're gonna get. And others feel the pain. Chocolate. This is the guy. He was in chat before. So that was kind of wild. Wait, I was definitely subscribed to you, Taze on Day, do not worry. But yeah, that was that was kind of wild. And he popped in to ask me about my guitar. Wait, I think the live stream fail was actually really funny though, if I remember correctly. Wait, let me show you. Yeah, he played Team Fortress 2 and it didn't go very well. Wait.
And we are live here tonight on Taze on Day Games, January 30th, 2015.
Wait, watch this, folks. It goes...
And we're going to try playing a little bit of multiplayer.
It's really good. Just give it a second.
What are we doing now? Why don't we show some
He's a gamer, okay? He's gaming.
We're going to do actually...
How's the internet doing tonight? It's going good.
30th, 2015.
And then his mic starts doubling over.
Hold on, I have not muted my audio.
And then it goes again.
Hold on.
And then it starts...
There we go. That actually is going to go to the server browsing.
And then it starts looping. And it's so bad. And it's just the whole stream. And it just gets worse and worse. He keeps on trying to talk. It's really funny. It's a great day. Yeah. Yeah, it's wild. Yeah. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful. Very funny clip. How does he not notice that? Well, he doesn't have his stream open. And I guess he wasn't looking at chat. Because you gotta look at chat with these things, you know? What the fuck is this? This is Tazon Day, because Tazon Day was in my chat before. So we're looking at Tazon Day, because he sent a message in chat. Which I'm still baffled by. Did I not pull that off well, by the way, folks? Did I not seem like I wasn't, like, kind of, like, very baffled about it? Because that was fucking wild, okay? Jesus Christ. But yeah, no. Anyway, check funny code. A tanky is upset with you. Oh no. Oh no. I'll have to take a look. I'll have to take a look. Wait, you mean right now? If it's entertaining, I'll look now. But if it's not entertaining, we have stuff to do. We have to watch this like little twink have bad opinions. But yeah, let's keep on going.
They don't really have a problem that a Jewish group controls speech. They have a problem that there's friendly fire sometimes. Because now, fast forward a month later, and all the Zionist critics of the ADL and the ADL are on the same side.
Bro's boring. I think he already gave up. Oh, your Twitter tanky? I'm sorry, rip. Fuentes much more said. Fuentes is very silly.
Supporting Israel. And Shapiro, who was criticizing the ADL like the ZOA did a year ago, he's now retweeting the ADL. And the ADL's on MSNBC saying, you got to fire all your pro-Palestine commentators. And so I'm a guy that's looking at this dialectic where you're either part of a Zionist right or you're part of this Jewish left. And I'm in the middle saying that I'm an America First Christian, and I don't want to be influenced by Zionists or by atheist liberal Jews at the ADL. So, you know, and that's why I say there's this false dialectic that's being given, which you say you're not participating in. But again, there's a lot of people they want to focus on. And I watch your show. You focus on the Muslim immigration and you say, well, they're sending them to America. But there's Muslim refugees being created by Israel's wars.
Yeah, well, yeah, and the head of the ADL promotes open borders. So let's shift gears. Just because some of these groups have agendas doesn't mean when I have an agenda of not having open borders.
Well, he has a what? Alex Jones' gender? Hold the fucking phone, dude. What the hell?
And bringing in new Democrat voters and a brainwash against the country. That's my perspective, and it isn't through the lens that you're saying. So let's expand on that. The ADL is, along with the Southern Poverty Law Center, creates the curriculum on record, it's come out in Congress, that teaches in schools, we're talking fifth graders, first graders.
He's just a straight up Nazi. Yeah, no, he's very brazen about it. He's very brazen, which is why this is like kind of interesting, but I want to give it a little bit longer because I am getting mildly bored. It's so long. But we'll keep going.
It's inherently bad to be white. You have an original sin and you're bad. Well, that's like Hitler saying you're bad because you're Jewish. So when I said the head of the ADL is the closest thing to Hitler I've seen, not that people go, oh, you're saying he's a Nazi. How ridiculous. No, I'm saying China is very race-based. So I said Xi Jinping and his policies are pretty close to Hitler. And then when the ADL is out teaching that Christians and Catholics are inherently bad.
I don't know about that. I mean, I'm sure he has some Hitlerite policies. That's not...
And that
it's inherently bad to be white. Yes, sir. No. Leslie, chatter. No.
Critical race theory to first graders, teaching them that they're bad because of their color, is incredible child abuse, but they're also on the left trying to teach kids their other gender to cut their genitals off and sterilize them. So, and you're bad kids because the Earth's dying, and they show them videos of polar bears that can't swim, which isn't true, and say they're all dying, even though their numbers are up 5 times. It's humans are bad, humans are ugly, you're all guilty, white people are the worst of all the groups, and all this crap. And then I'm literally, when they have, ADL galas, brother, they ain't talking about you. They're calling for my arrest, and they're behind the law firms trying to like $20 million this year they spent trying to shut us down as in the federal filings. Okay, so let me tell you, the proof's of the puddings. Okay, they are literally bashing and attacking, and their main target is me and Trump. And Trump's like pro-peace in the Middle East. He's got Jewish grandkids. He doesn't hate Jews, but he's not going with whatever this larger globalist agenda is. So I'm saying what's going on in Israel is the 10,000-foot view. But when you pull up even higher, I'm against war against Russia, and I believe the West started war with Russia. Well, Russia's pro-Palestinian. So you see, oh, now I'm supporting the Russians.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay, folks, okay, look, I don't know if I'm being ADD here. Do you folks want to keep going? Or do you want to see if we can, if we want to give a look at Matt Walsh or, the Hassan debate? The Matt Walsh clip is pretty short. It's only 5 minutes long, so that will probably be pretty digestible. But it depends on how you folks are feeling. All right? Throw in your votes, all right? Tell me what you're up for. Wait, hold on. Tell me what you're up for. Give me the vote. Speak. Voice your opinion, okay? This is a democracy, all right? We're Democrats, all right? We're terrible, we're evil, we love when I let you make decisions, all right? Oopsie daisy, that's not right. Question, yes or no? Question, oh, sorry. Yes or no? Do we keep on going? Do we keep on going? Do we continue? Do we continue? Not a sock dem, I'm a democratic socialist. I'm a democratic socialist! Okay, do we continue? Yes or no? Okay? All right, we've got 5 votes in. 5 votes in? Any other voters? Okay. All right, 5 votes in, 60%. Okay, we keep going. All right.
Pro-Palestinian. No, I'm pro-Palestinian. No, I'm anti-nuclear war. So I have a very, quite frankly, sophisticated understanding of dialectics. And maybe it's over people's heads. I'm not trying to be arrogant. And so, tell me how I communicate this properly to people. But I'm sure as hell not getting a call, and I'm not part of the group that's controlled. I literally see Jews as diverse people. I see all these groups as diverse people, and I'm really trying to get people to say, hey, let's get bugs off the menu. Let's not cut the coal-powered plants off. Let's not tell kids they're inherently evil because of what color they are. I'm opposing the globalist agenda, whoever's behind it.
That's just it, though. I mean, the thing is about Jews is that what defines them is they reject Jesus.
Just the little bugs clip in case you forgot what eating bugs would look like. Also, I want to know, eating bugs would look no different from how you eat today. Like, you eat various foods all the time, which are made up of fiber that could be sourced from bugs. It doesn't matter. Sometimes they are. There's plenty of foods that already have bugs in them, okay? And it's fine. It doesn't matter, because it's food, okay? Like it's not a problem. I quite enjoy, see, we have a bug enjoyer, okay? You're like the #1 World Economic Forum supporter. What if you want to eat a bug? Yeah, well, just go for it. I support you. Deep fried crickets? Deep fried crickets would be kind of hard. You're without say you don't want to eat bugs? Well, you're not eating bugs. You're eating you're eating powder, which happens to be which is like mixed in and with a million other things. I mean, look, why are you uncomfy eating bugs, but you're fine eating like chicken periods? You know, that's all an egg is. Isn't that gross? Isn't that disgusting? It's basically like when somebody with female anatomy fucking ovulates and the blood comes out, and then if you like cooked that, and you can do that, you can take menstrual blood and mix it into something, make pancakes. I mean, you do it with chickens, right? So if you can do that, why can't you like just eat bugs when you already eat so many other animals anyway? It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, you know? I want to get ate by, well, that's a new take. You could try that. Eggs don't buzz around me while I'm sleeping. I mean, I mean, sure, neither does period blood. Are you gonna eat period blood?
Jesus Christ, whether they're liberal atheists or they're religious Jews, they don't believe in Jesus. And the only reason for what it's worth that I said that you got the call in sort of a glib way is because after Ye and I appeared on your show, you went on Steve Crowder 2 days later and said that me and...
Yo, Steve Crowder. Holy shit. They're like... Maybe... you think he's gay with Steve Crowder? Folks, I think it's confirmed.
Kanye were gay for Hitler, and you went on this rant about how much you hate Hitler and said that, you know, we fetishize Hitler.
How? Dude... I'm sorry, you're going on a rant about hating Hitler? How dare you? I mean, obviously, nobody needs to, like, say that they hate Hitler. But actually, you know, I mean, given Alex Jones' situation, given that he did just have a guy on his show who was saying, I love Hitler, like, I think you're fine to be like, hey, maybe I don't like that guy. I eat multiple hard-boiled eggs a day. How do I make a hard-boiled period? You've stumped me with this one, okay? I don't know how to do this, okay? Google, ask ChatGPT, all right? You're probably gonna get banned for life. Isn't Steven secretly bisexual? Well, he likes to, like, be very weirdly sexual with a lot of his friends, and he's, like, had gay accusations, I think. Like, he, like, tried to pressure the gay employee to sleep with him. So yeah, I think, oh no, that might be Alex Jones actually. No, I think I'm getting confused. Sorry folks, that's Alex Jones actually. Alex Jones has had accusations from employees, from like ex-gay employees where he was like told, where he was like being groomed into, like he was like being like, yeah, he's trying to like act like there's gonna be some benefit to like sleeping with him or something. It's like really weird and like fucked up. And he was like meant like, you know, the half joke, but half not actually a joke. You know how it is. What's the topic? The topic is watching Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones debate.
Hitler.
Oh, sorry. They're debating Israel right
And
now.
all this sort of stuff. And it just seemed to me, it came across like damage control. Now, maybe that...
I love Hitler. I mean, maybe you don't fetishize him, but yeah, I mean, was drooling over him.
Well, I think that he likes the controversy. And at the same time, there's a lot of people that are fascinated with Hitler. Michael Jackson was fascinated with Hitler. John Kennedy was fascinated.
I mean, evil can be fascinating. Here's the deal. When I said...
Salted, I just responded to you. Are you good? I mean, also, some messages aren't going through, by the way. People are complaining about that. Some messages aren't showing up in chat.
to him, hey, my dad's dad was in Italy and in Germany during and after the war, and it shook him to his core. He'd never talk about it. But then later we read letters he'd written and after he died.
They showed, okay, well, hi, okay. Wait, are you talking about the one message? Well, I did just respond to you. Look, okay, I'm sorry. If you're in chat, I can't immediately respond to every single chatter, especially if I'm like listening to something in a video. Please don't get grumpy, okay? Just be patient.
And I mean, literally, we're talking piles of dead bodies as far as you can see. Disease, war, mass murder. And I said, hey, my grandfathers, he was like, your grandfathers don't know anything. So it's like a skin in the game. I reject the ADL saying America's Hitler, and if Christians don't do what we say, you're Hitler. Screw the ADL, screw that guilt, screw the white guilt, go to hell, fuck you, ADL. But at the same time, I've actually done a study. This is one of the latest books. I didn't bring this in because you're here. Hitler Speaks, a series of political conversations with Adolf Hitler on his real aims. Nick, how many books you written or read by Hitler or about Hitler?
I haven't read books. I'm not a Hitler fetishist.
I've read about, well, so here I am saying Hitler fetishist. No one
That's bullshit. He's fucking lying. There's no way. This guy's definitely read books by Hitler.
understand who Hitler was. I've read probably 200 books on Hitler. And I've read what the Germans that were, why do you think the German high command tried to kill him in 1943 and 44?
Tell me.
Because he was out of control and going to kill everybody and ended up killing 22 million Germans and 28 million Russians.
But is that why Hitler is canceled today? For that reason? Or because
I mean, Hitler was...
No way. No way. I've never heard someone refer to Hitler as cancelled. That's insane.
a messianic maniac that thought he was God. He was anti-Christian.
I think, though, that people don't like him today because he was anti-Jewish. I mean, because if you're saying that the...
No, he saw them as the main competitive group, and he thought they were in control, and he wanted to be numero uno. But just, so, I mean, what do you think the world would be like?
People don't hate him because he was anti-Jewish. They hate him because he was insane and evil. That's fucking crazy. It's very interesting that Nick's view of anti-Jewishness just means immediately becoming Hitler. Like, even like anti-Semitic people who like are like shitty about Jews won't 90% of the time won't be like, yeah, the time to like systemically murder them. They'll just be like weird about Jewish people, you know? It's fucking wild to be like, yeah, this is what, you know, every single person who's prejudiced at all believes. That's just that's just how it is.
Under Hitler's view today. Most of us would be dead. I mean, I'd be here, but you know.
But I'm not arguing for Hitler. I think what both Ye and I were expressing is that there is this Jewish control matrix, which puts Hitler in a special category. He wasn't the only dictator. He wasn't the only one who had concentration camps in the war.
No, it's true. I mean, Andrew Jackson's sister and brother died in the British concentration camp.
Yeah, and Eisenhower ran concentration camps against the Germans, and we interned the Japanese, and on and on.
That's right. Eisenhower committed a real crime. He probably starved 4 million Germans to death.
Yeah, and you know, because you're an expert, so I mean, you understand this. But Hitler's in a special category because the Holocaust narrative is what casts a shadow over the entire American political landscape. And you know, we have to talk about Jewish power, right and left. You can say F the ADL, but would you say F the ZOA, the Zionist Organization of America, with Mort Klein?
You know, I get Jews thinking they deserve it. Israel's tiny. And I know a lot of Jews that are really nice, smart people, and they're not going anywhere. They have nuclear weapons. And so I'd like to see the wars end. I'd like to see it not be a football issue. And so I'm a realist, too. Israel's not going anywhere. And the Arab countries won't take the people out of the West Bank or Gaza because they want to keep the thing going. So, yeah, I mean, it's true. I don't have a hard-on for the Jews. I don't have a hard-on for the average Jew that sees as patriotic and their people and their thing for their club. It's like Crips and Bloods, but I'm not in either game.
Well, I mean, you said earlier that ADL talks about you at their galas. They also said that I shouldn't be permitted to be back on Twitter. They said both of us in a list, you, me, Tate, Trump, Bannon, and David Duke. But the thing is, both the ADL and the ZOA called for me to be banned. Both the ADL, which represents the left.
I wonder why, Nick. I mean, Nick just literally goes from being like, yeah, I am anti-Jewish, and also people just like dislike Hitler because he was anti-Jewish. Me and Hitler are the same. Why do people want me banned? What's going on?
Wing American Jewry. And the ZOA, which represents the right-wing Israeli Jewry.
Concentration camps aren't equal to regular camps. I mean, yeah, like also the German ones were just like so intensely like evil. Like the fucking like the scale of like the evil involved in the Holocaust is just like, it's not, you can't say every fucking country did that. That's not the case. It's not true.
Said Nick Fuentes should be banned on YouTube. And, you know, you're tight with Bannon. Bannon's tight with the ZOA.
Well, I mean, I gotta be honest with you. I didn't follow what Bannon said about, you saying Bannon called for your banning?
Yeah, Bannon tried to get Gosar to disavow me. Bannon's like a huge enemy of mine. He's
Well, like, to get somebody to disavow you is his view. Did he call for your censorship?
I don't know if he ever said it explicitly, no, but he's been...
Okay, well, let me tell you what I'm against.
Oh,
they tried to pass a
shit.
law in Texas. They did in Florida. I had to read the law. I didn't believe it when I saw you and others attacking it as they were passing it last year or this year, whatever it was. When they passed it? Last 6-8 months or so?
Yeah.
I mean, it literally is the end of the First Amendment.
Yeah.
So I'm criticizing the left coming after our speech in the ADL. This is it served up on a platter where they're...
I mean, if this is like the same thing that free speech absolutists keep doing, where they say any law preventing me from being able to like harass people in this specific way is like against the First Amendment. When harassment already isn't okay, it's usually just them like extending like what counts as somebody being like harassed in some sort of way, right? This is already like a limit that exists. It's not new. It's just them acknowledging like a new way in which it occurs. What's SFO? Short Fat Otaku is the guy I debated a few weeks ago.
going to arrest you for your speech. They're going to fire professors.
Dev on Twitter.
No, but the same leftist professors say we don't have speech. They'd probably stop me coming to speak there. But I mean, this is terrible. This is dangerous. I agree with you.
Yeah, well,
that's why you're here on the show.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you should be heard from.
And
I mean, you compared to some leftists that says all white people need to be gotten rid of and we're the devil, and then all the weird leftist Jews that agree with it. Now the left sees them as white. I mean, that's wrong. So, I mean, I would say...
He's talking with Alex Jones. Logan? What kind of question is this? Who do you think it is? Who do you think it is? Who's that little twink? Come on.
All this anti-white stuff, the liberal Jews...
That is Nick. Yeah, damn fucking right. Yeah, good job. It's Nick.
saying whites are bad and everybody else saying it, they are baby Hitlers.
Yeah, well, and I know what you mean by that. And here's the thing. I think you're an honest guy. I've always said that. I think you're an honest guy, and you do have a sophisticated worldview for 20, 30 years. You've been putting that out, and that's why I've always been a fan of yours. I think where we disagree is that you see some benefit to allying with the Zionist Jews, and I'm against both the right and the left wings of Jewry in the world. I think that they're both toxic.
Well, let's be clear.
Dude needs to stop saying fucking Jewry, dude. I'm waiting for Alex Jones to like step in on this. You tune into a bad angle. They're all bad angles. Take that back, okay? Look, we can say a lot of things about Nick Fuentes. Let's not say he's not cute, okay? I'm not gonna cope about that. He's pretty adorable. I've
been smart enough.
He's not cute, okay?
When the ADL attacks me and these groups do,
right.
to not then blame all Jews. They get, the ADL's getting record contributions right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on, yeah. They go out and stir up stuff and put bad agendas with Jews' name on it to get attacked, to get more money. So I'm not allied, quote, with whatever group you're saying.
I think you, well, because when...
Look, okay, wait, folks, come on. Am I wrong? Okay, let's not cope about this, all right? I know it's easy to be like, this person I hate, so they're ugly and evil and stupid and bad. We just told you? I don't think anyone's agreeing with you. I think I'm being agreed with. Alex being a sensible moderate here. I know, isn't that crazy?
You say that
Alex making him
World Economic
that.
Forum's after Netanyahu and Israel's diverse, and it's true. Soros and the ADL are against Netanyahu. I don't think that makes Netanyahu good. I don't think that makes the Zionists good.
Okay, let's just be clear. That's what we're getting at. Israel's a 10,000-foot view. You were on the show, or you responded to it. Can you quote it? Because I remember you said Alex needs to focus on Zionism and this and that, not on Bilderberg and things that don't matter. Brother, they're calling the shots. I mean, they are the king daddies. They got the big swinging dick. So, I mean, you don't know that? I'm not trying to...
I think that's where the disagreement lies.
That's interesting. Alex explicitly saying that Zionists are in control of these things. You're going to sleep? Okay, sleep well. Good night. You're grumpy and tired and feel like shit? Yeah. Well, take care of yourself. Eat, drink, sleep, and so on. But yeah, take care.
Because you put the blame at the feet of Klaus Schwab and Bilderberg as an institution. And
BlackRock, which should feed into your thing. He's Jewish, Larry Fink.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, well, that's the top of the pyramid.
Yeah, and Larry Fink is Jewish.
But yeah, no, it's interesting that he got Alex to say that the Bilderberg stuff is explicitly about Jews, which Alex usually tries to avoid.
And Larry Fink is responded.
Yeah, but I mean, Klaus Schwab's the grandson and son of the number 3 Hitler's dude. I mean, I'm telling you, the top man, it's not Jew anything. It's dehumanization. I mean, listen, you've all know Harari, literally saying humanity's over, we're scum, we're nothing. It sounds, Hitler was saying kill most groups, which was bad. Harari says we're all done. I mean, that's like Hitler 10.0.
Yeah. Well, and I think the transhumanist thing is fashionable, but when you talk about Bilderberg, one of the members of the steering committee is Jewish. One out of the 2 of the co-chairs of steering committees.
And go through that. I'll give you the floor. I'm going to shut up. But I'll give you the rest of the segment. We've got 8 minutes. But respond to me. You said, why is he focusing on stuff that doesn't matter and everything's that cool? Isn't powerful? Let me tell you, the WF and the Bilderberg group, I mean, they are calling these shots. And they don't like Netanyahu for whatever reason. I think because like Trump, he's trying to set his own thing up. Go ahead. I'll shut up.
Yeah, so our disagreement back then is I said that you tend to focus...
Oh, I got an earpiece in my ear? Okay. I'm going to get a fresh cup of coffee. I'm listening to every word. I'm not disrespecting leaving here. All right.
Nobody will care about Bilderberg if the hotel didn't have a German name. It makes people think it's Jewish. Yeah, literally. That's all it is. That's like all it is. It's very... it's really fucked and like weird. And it's not like there aren't like several other things like basically that are like literally the same thing as like Bilderberg meetings, just in different ways, right? Like this concept of like a bunch of like powerful people meeting up to discuss like how to like progress like industries in the future isn't like new, you know? It's not like it's not like a particularly rare thing. It just happens in like different forms. But like it wouldn't be like they wouldn't be like freaking out over it if it was called like Tech Conference 2024, you know? Like that's not scary. That doesn't sound like it might be run by Jews, you know? Build-A-Bear meetings. True. Build-A-Bear in control of the world.
Yeah, that's
Terrifying.
cool.
You're hosting right now.
Yeah.
Hey, baby Hitler, host the show. There's your headline.
The host, yeah.
I resign, Nick. You're the new host. How would you like that?
The Nazi takeover of, no, of course not.
Oh yeah, like the stream.
America
folks.
first, but well, he can hear me in the earpiece, but the difference of opinion is where the true seat of power actually is. And the Bilderberg Group and the World Economic Forum, these are institutions which host multinational companies and representatives from governments. So Bilderberg does not, in my opinion, have any real power. The power is the people that attend Bilderberg. The World Economic Forum doesn't have power. The power lies in the people that attend the World Economic Forum. You know, what is the World Economic Forum? It's a meeting of 3,000 multinational corporation leaders and government officials. The power rests in those people, and like Alex said, the technocrats, the planners. Now, when you look at the demographics of who those people are, the top hedge fund managers, the people that are running the major companies, and Larry Fink of BlackRock, there's a large Jewish representation.
I mean, there's an even bigger Christian one, though. Every single fucking time, there's way more Christians.
A huge overlap between the people that attend Bilderberg and, by the way, the people that donate to Benjamin Netanyahu's prime minister campaign in Israel. And I think that the transhumanist sort of thing, when people talk about the Carnegie Endowment and the State Department civil society stuff, I think that that's basically a deflection from the fact that the character of all these people, I mean, their early life section, they all happen to be Jewish. And the real evil in the world, as we know, is the antithesis of God. It's the devil. So who's the antithesis of God and the devil? It's the Antichrist. And you look around the world at who are the people that are on the side of good. You know, if in a spiritual dimension is God versus the devil, and it's Christ versus the Antichrist, when we bring it down to the level of what's happening in the world, it's the Christians representing God, it's the Christians representing Jesus, and who's on the other side representing the devil? Who's on the other side representing the rejection of Christ? Well, if you look in Israel, it's the people banning the gospel.
No fucking way. He said Jews are literally the Antichrist. That's fucking crazy. That's like a hardcore fucking thing to say. I'm not surprised he waited till Alex fucking left the room to pump that one out. Holy fucking shit. That's some shit right there. Jesus Christ. He said this before. I know he said this before, but when you go on another person's show, when you're not on your own home turf, when it comes to saying, when it comes to like advocacy, most people reel themselves in, including Nick a lot of the time. Right? Like he's not going to be the same way that he is in his personal streams on every other one, right? Oh my god, Lurker, wait, why is it breaking? I'm so sorry. And you gotta go? Okay, take care of yourself. It was lovely having you here. Thank you very much. Nick isn't interested in the WF leadership because he's the only Nazi who knows that Klaus Schwab isn't Jewish. I'm not surprised. He's fucking he's probably like he's like studied every single one of them, every single person's heritage there.
This Likud Netanyahu government, yeah, the World Economic Forum, maybe some of their members are critical, but Netanyahu's government proposed a law that would ban the preaching of the gospel in the Holy Land. In Netanyahu's government, they have these radical, extreme religious Jews that spit on Christians.
What the fuck is that? Why have they got like a who is this? Does anyone know who this is? Why have they superimposed some person here? This is what the fuck? Who was harassed by the Nazis as a youth for ethnic reasons, but that's because his parents were Swiss. Oh, interesting. You do not know who the bald man is. Yeah, no, what the fuck?
These radical, extreme religious Jews that spit on Christians.
Also, it's very funny they took the clip of him stroking a cat because they know it's gonna be like, oh, evil villain.
Christians make a pilgrimage to the Holy Land, and these so-called right-wing Jews that support Israel and are religious, they spit on the Christians. They desecrate the churches there. And so I just don't see anything redeeming about that. And a lot of right-wingers say that Netanyahu is supposed to be part of the global populist uprising, the nationalist resistance. The truth is that he can never be a part of it. The right wing of organized Jewry in the world can never be a part of that because they're not Christian. They reject Jesus. And so it's like I said on the earlier show.
He's going fucking like mask off now, right? I mean, it took 27 minutes apparently to get here, but he was not going this blatantly before, was he? I'm curious about if it's just because he feels he's primed the audience enough or because Alex has left the room now. Probably both.
when I look at the two poles of morality, my pole is not Hitler versus anti-Hitler. It's Christ versus antichrist. It's not Jews being the anti-Hitler versus Hitler being against the Jews. It's Christians being in favor of Jesus and Jews being against. So I guess that's a difference of opinion. I don't think you're a shill. I don't think that you're out there taking marching orders, but I think maybe that's the fundamental disagreement is where does the power truly lie? Is it this collection of esoteric groups pursuing a Gnostic plan for transhumanism, or is it Christians and Jews going back 2,000 years to the Pharisees?
I guess a lot of it is growing up, my dad.
Holy shit. Okay, so Alex is just going to let that go. He's just going to let him say that. That's interesting. That's interesting. Let's see.
Has all sorts of friends and cool people. And he went to college, and a couple of his buddies, one of his roommates, one of his names, Jim Levy, is a geologist. And we haven't done it since I was probably 16 years old. But we used to go out in the desert with telescopes, look at the stars. Me and my dad would go on hunting trips with him. We would also go and look at geology fields and find fossils. He was just a loving, funny, sweet guy. And my dad's Jewish friends, and he had friends of all different kinds of groups, were just really nice people. And so I guess, and you can almost call him kind of rabbinical, a big beard, and Levy obviously means priest class and all that. And I people get mad when we say Judeo-Christian. I mean, really, it is the Abrahamic religions, and the Jews have made a lot of contributions to things. So I just love humanity so much, Nick, that I see the bad in people, and I see the horrible little Nosferatu creature that's the head of the ADL that behind the scenes has debanked us and run the war against us. And I refuse to give him what he wants to attack the Jews so he can then suck all their money up and control them. I mean, it's a very simple play he's doing, him and Abe Foxman and the rest of these guys. And there's just a Jewish mafia, and just like the Italian mafia, quote, helps the neighborhood.
Alex inoculated by the personal experiences. I mean, it's interesting because Alex does usually make that distinction, right? That's like an interesting part of Alex Jones' discrimination is that he is explicit about this, and that he does make it clear that there is a slight distinction between being anti-New World Order and anti-Jews. Oops.
He sucks off of them. I want to see us
literally
all
how radicalism doesn't form. Yeah, that's why it's so important to like socialize kids and stuff, right? And actually have them like interact with people from like different demographics. Like I worked in a school for a year where I worked in an integration class, right? And there was kids, and it was a bunch of able-bodied kids and then like 5 disabled kids, right? And it's called an integration class. And that class, the kids in that class, the disabled and non-disabled ones, had such a wider scope of empathy, I felt, than the other kids who I ran into from the other classes. Though they were, plenty of great kids as well. But the kids from the class that I worked in had this, had such a kindness to them that they'd learned by virtue of being around people who they knew were less capable than them, but by, not by any like negative standard. It was just kind of the way it was, and that was like beautiful, and it's so important to give people those experiences, let them see that it can be different, but that different doesn't necessarily mean negative.
Together, and that's what I'm getting at, because when I covered a story about Tyson Foods is going to put bug protein in their products now. I don't look, well, how do I make this about Jews? That's the biggest meat packer in the country. I'm like, most of what I'm doing is not obsessed with Israel. I do want to go to Israel someday. I've never been there. I want to go to Egypt. Every time I'm about to go, it's not safe. I want to go to Russia. It's so fascinating. I'll be accused of being a Russian agent. I got a visa once and made a joke about it. They went, oh, look, he's going to Russia. He's a Russian agent. I'm not a Russian agent. I'm not a Zionist agent. I'm not any of this. I mean, look at
Alex has, I think, is a bit of a Russian agent, actually. He's gone in the past from, in the 2000s, proudly critiquing Alex Jones Vladimir Putin for blowing up citizen apartment blocks and murdering political opponents. And now he takes the Russian line on pretty much everything. There's Alex has definitely been bought off by Russia.
China. They're 1.5 billion people, and nothing against Chinese people on average, but they are the most homogenous race-based group genetically somewhere, and they're extremely racist. I mean, on average. And every time about China taking over Hollywood and China involved in everything, I see the comments, oh, he's coming up from the Jews. I mean, if I slip on a banana peel today, it's not Jews.
Okay, but a lot of things are Jews. Wouldn't you say that? Or do you disagree? When you look at the Iraq War, when you look at mass migration and the ADL and censorship, and when you look at the porn industry and
you don't think part of it was weapons?
Wait a minute, did he just say the porn industry? Oh, I forgot about that one. I forgot they like to do that. Jesus, shut up, dude. The Jews gave us the porn industry. Can I get a thank you, Jews, up in here? What's up? Thanks, guys. Awesome. Let's go. Oh no, they created media that I get to get pleasure from. Wait, that was for Nick. I meant to do this. Nick trying his best to make the Jews seem base. Literally. Like, oh no. Oh god. They're helping me look at hot people. Fuck. Fuck. They think Jews are pushing the race fetish cook porn. That's because they probably like Google race fetish cook porn, and then when it shows up, they're like, what? What? The Jews, they have my phone. They're controlling everything. They think Jews are feminizing white men with porn. It's literally just because they're like, they want to be feminized. They're just repressors. I don't know. There's so many people who are like, they're like, oh yeah, no, I almost fell down the hole of being affirmed by like sissy hypno or something. And it's like the saddest shit in the world. Man, the Jews invented porn. Maybe they are God's chosen. Legit. It's like, thanks guys. What's up, Lurker? Yeah, I can see you.
And oil deals. I mean, it's just all the Jews.
I think it was primarily for Iraq. It was primarily the Israelis and the neocons. Absolutely. They wrote it up in the Clean Break paper in 96.
No, you're right. That was Wesley Clark exposed that.
Yeah,
but that's because he was trained by the CIA and they had all their people in there so they could set him up. He was just a weak country to take down.
I think that they opposed him because he was actually a strong country and he sent missiles against Israel. And actually, the Israelis weren't even, the neocons in America were more in favor of it than the Israelis because the Israelis partially recognized, like,
why did they cut to this?
The Saudis in America, that if we took out Saddam, Iran would fill the power vacuum. Now they want to take out Iran.
Well, yeah, I mean, Saddam did want an Arab uprising against Israel, which would have led to a nuclear war. See, that's the problem. Is Iran has nuclear weapons. That's confirmed. They don't admit that they do. So does Israel. They got a bunch of them. So everybody keeps wanting to drive Israel, into the sea.
Alex has memorized all the conspiracy files. Nick can't out bullshit him on this front. That's Alex's fucking skill. Yeah, like that is his bread and butter. Listing off shit, just being able to go rapid fire, fact after fact after fact. Well, sorry, lie after lie after lie. And he just makes shit up and he cites random things and stuff. It's usually interesting because Alex lies in a specific way where he won't he lies by inferring by saying something is one way and there is some like degree of truth to it, right? There's truth to it's like he says like there was an article written in the 1980s about how this company actually like took over and ruined the city, and it was basically like authoritarian, and there was and then you like look and there was like a store that like did something like that, but it, like or like a company that did something like that, but like it was like them like it was like one street that they like disenfranchised or something, and it wasn't like a whole city or whatever. There's always some like massive exaggeration, but there's like a tiny hint of something, so when you Google it you can see a result, but it won't be like relevant. Or like he'll often a thing he'll do is he'll like look something up and he'll like read something off, and then he'll like just add a little fucking he'll just add a little morsel of information that doesn't exist, it wasn't there, but he'll just throw it on there. And so it's interesting.
Well, that's nuclear conflagration. That's the Samson option.
So like in a direct conversation, if Alex Jones just starts citing stuff at you, you won't be able to keep up, right? Because you'll be constantly fact checking and he'll be constantly spitting out new shit. It's a functional strategy.
Well, and I don't support that, but
that's why the Saudi Arabians keep trying to do a deal, because they like golf courses and hotels and jet aircraft and Ferraris, like everybody. It's normal. I mean, I want to see good in the Muslims, and I see Saudi Arabia's had a lot of problems, but their reforms have been substantive.
I agree.
Okay, well then, I mean,
we have to use our leverage to make Israel make a deal, but the tail wags the dog. That's a problem.
Well, let's come back and talk about Russia.
Oh no, Russia. Exciting. Let's go.
Flash sale. DNA Force Plus, 50% off. Get it while it lasts.
They got caught as a teenager as a parent saying, they said Jews forced them to at the time and keep up the bit so they don't admit. I'm so confused by this message. I'm so sorry. I'm trying my best. Should I buy it? Do I buy DNA Force?
60% off
I could be like him. I could be in prison right now. Rainforce Plus. I'm pretty sure like these were exposed for being like dangerous. I believe. Or like I think there was some like proof that like if you excessively abuse supplements, you're gonna you can like develop like psychosis or something.
Defeating Representative
high lead content.
Byron.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And lead will fucking make you go insane, right? That's like affecting a bunch of Americans. Yeah, especially in like cities where you don't have like fucking piping that's been renewed in like a while. The people, like a lot of people have fucking lead poisoning. It's like all over the place. The fuck is that Jewish meme there? Oh, what the fuck? Wait, what the fuck? Why do they have a random anti-Semitic meme in the studio?
Knuckles, and becoming the 4th speaker designated selection.
What the fuck was that?
By his party, Representative
Jesus.
Kim McCarthy, historical removal as speaker, and the second in a single day. I did some quick searches during the break. We were on that Owen Schroyer. We were airing that Owen Schroyer update, and it looks like Jim Jordan likes him. I like Jim Jordan, but I've got to drill into this, so I've got to withhold my view until we know more. So get the brains here in the office looking into that to give me their perspective during the next break. Nick Fuentes is here, and I'm always accused of having diarrhea of the mouth, which
You don't get it, Max. Lead poisoning is not insanity, but actually waking up people to the woke globalist agenda. True. Producers have to be reminded to be anti-Semitic. Yeah, it's like a little motivational post of it. It's like motivating you to just despise Jewish people.
actually true. I'm a talk show host. So a lot was said last hour. You're with us for the rest of the hour. I believe you're going to be on the war room today.
That's right. Yeah.
Great. So 3 p.m. Central. But
He's got huge stacks of InfoWars articles for research. Yeah, it's really funny. It's really funny. And then you like check the InfoWars article and like it has like no source, or like it's like got one source and the source is like a Google image. You know, that's like all it is.
Well, I mean, I'm going to really try to just shut up and let you say whatever you want.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean,
Citing that's good journalism, Logan. You wouldn't get it. You wouldn't get it.
We're talking about before. I think that the number one issue, and we talked about this on the American Journal. I think the number one issue.
Wait. What did they just flash on screen?
Issue, and we talked about this on the.
Oh my god. Okay. Very weird to put like the Star of David like right on his fucking head like that. I don't know. Anyone else get fucked vibes from like the placement? Like it seems like trying to brand him, you know?
American Journal. I think the number one issue that we have right now is that America has to become a Christian nation, and as a Christian nation, needs to have Christian leadership. And you know, you say that you have your father, grandfather are friends with Jewish people, and they seem like nice people. I'm not out here saying that Jewish people aren't capable of being nice or good people or anything like that, but they don't worship Jesus Christ. And the Bible tells us there's only one way to the Father. There's only one way to the true, the good, and the beautiful, and that's through Jesus. When I look around it, whether it's the ADL or the ZOA, when it's the left wing or the Zionists, neither of them are.
Of course, yeah. Find somebody. Hey, can you go and find a clip of Obama talking to somebody who looks like he might be Jewish, please?
Respect or worship Jesus, and as a consequence, they can't be right.
What the fuck is this? What's this advanced anti-Semitism?
What's more, their allegiance is to their own tribe rather than America. You know, not only am I a Christian, but I'm also America first. So when I look at this conflict,
oh, okay, it's some tech Jewish guy who this dude is. Okay.
And I wonder what your take on this
Pull
is.
out the Jew, Jack.
I've seen this.
Quick.
And this has made me more angry than anything.
Well, don't invite me to interrupt. It's going to happen.
No, well, because I really am interested in your take on this, because maybe this is a source of common ground. I'm with you. When I see the Muslims protesting, it makes me mad, because I'm thinking, what are they doing here? They belong over there, not over here. When they do the call to prayer, they're waving their flags. I'm thinking, those people belong in Syria, Palestine, and Iraq.
Obama's literally a Christian convert. He's a success story for Christianity. Damn. Both his parents were atheists? Jesus Christ, Obama, you fucking... Okay. Can I call him retarded? I'm sorry, you have to be kind of fucking, like, I don't know. You have to, like, either, like, have some sort of terrible thing occur, or you have to be kind of stupid to become a fucking Christian after, like, being raised atheist. Or his parents just failed. I don't know. That's weird, though. How does that happen? You know? Those people always concern me. They seem, every time I meet a convert, they seem like they've gone insane. They seem like they snapped at some point. Do you love Jewish people? Yeah. Going from atheist to Christian's brain damage. Yes, right? Am I bad for saying that? Isn't that fucked?
Iraq. But what makes me even angrier is when I see Ben Shapiro.
I think his mother's extended family were Christians. Okay, maybe they primed him then.
And Mark Levin. And I'm not inviting you to attack them necessarily, but I'm just wondering what you think about this. These people, they don't seem to care about America. The country's being invaded by immigrants, like you point out. The censorship's out of control. Forced vaccinations are occurring. And they had the vaccination at Fox.
The average voter wouldn't vote for an atheist, in the US at least. Yeah, the US has a very low stated atheist population. I think it's, I don't know. I believe it's like 26% of Americans don't believe in God, but like 14% of them call them atheists. Call themselves atheists. Like 14% of that metric. Not of that metric, of the population, do that. So it's like a very shockingly low amount. Trump's an atheist, but he fakes the Christianity to pick up votes. That's what you got to do. I don't know. I think you can run on an atheist platform, but you have to give them like another sort of some sort of like thing, you know? Because these people, they need a thing, you know? They need they need something to center themselves around, you know? So, and I know this is very populist brain of me, right? But you do need to give people like an icon, you know? You need to give them a stand, something that they can wear proudly. And Christianity takes full advantage of that because they know that people want that, right? And that's how every religion works. People want identity. People want to belong to something, you know? And so I think you could run on an atheist platform, but for that you'd have to kind of make, I don't know, either the country into some sort of like religious thing, basically. You have to pick a new god, basically, right? You have to create a new god for people. Yeah. Religion is just teaching yourself to reject evidence in favor of I believe it just because. Yeah, no, I mean that's what faith is, right? And faith, like it's like described as this beautiful thing, and it's just being stupid.
They had a vaccine-mandated Fox News, a Daily Wire. They had an agreement with Google not to discuss it on YouTube. Now, they were never that...
Obama has a half-brother that hates him? Yeah. Yeah, he does. What is it? Malik Barack? Something like that? Something with M? I can't remember what it was. But he was like... Malik Obama. Sorry, not Malik Barack. I forgot how names work for a second. Yeah.
Mad, though, or emotional about it. Israel gets attacked 2 weeks ago. And I've never seen Shapiro angrier than he has been these past 2 weeks. I've never seen the kind of Herculean effort. It's like an alarm went off.
Reminder that Shapiro thinks that Muslims are people who live in dirt huts and they should be bombed.
Off with Levin and Shapiro. And they go on Fox and they threaten this country. They say if America...
What is Obama's last name? Look, leave me alone, okay? I know it's Obama, okay? I'm sorry.
America doesn't give Israel everything it needs. Israel's going to nuke everybody. And it's like this nuclear blackmail. And it's like, hang on a second.
I don't think it's like that. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, and I'm just wondering your thoughts on
Shapiro would absolutely glass Gaza. Yeah, with a smile on his face, 100%.
that, because to me, that's like rogue state behavior. And it's like a fifth column in the United States and they have that influence.
This is why I have trouble answering really important questions like this, because there's so much data. Where do you start? So let's just start here. I agree Ben Shapiro supported the shots, supported the censorship. Levin, and didn't say much about the border. Levin did. He was against the border stuff. So I think those are two different people. And I like Levin a lot more than I like Ben Shapiro. I mean, Ben Shapiro was like, yeah, censor Jones, he deserves it. You know, take all the shots, shut up and take it. It works great.
Thoughts on sardines? I'm sorry, I haven't thought about sardines. I don't have an opinion.
I mean, I think if you're looking at who's bad, and I'm not in competition with him. Here's the thing, he's another talk show host, he's successful. He's got billions of dollars behind him. I'm not bashing him because he's a successful talk show host. I'm bashing him because once things become popular and he's lost, now he's against the shot. So I don't like Ben Shapiro. Let's just get that straight. I don't think Levin is, I think Levin.
I'm sorry, I can think more about sardines if you want. Look, okay, full endorsement of sardines, all right? Sardines, yay. There you are.
Ben likes America. I watch his show a lot. He's a smart guy, actually. And from his perspective, I'm not going to blame anybody for being loyal to what they stand for. But if you just pull back from this, again, I think the whole Israel-Palestinian thing becomes a distraction from war in Ukraine and dollar devaluation and fentanyl and pedophilia and social credit scores and UN treaties for forced injections and the WEF. In all fairness, maybe you're right, maybe I'm wrong. I just think what I'm covering is the most important stuff. And so it's a perspective thing. And I don't think there's any sacred cows. You know, when the ADL literally certifies the curriculum in colleges down to the first grade, telling children they're bad because they're Christian or white or Catholic, and the government says Catholics, conservative Catholics, number one threat. I say, Katie, bar the door. You can't criticize Nick Fuentes for what he says that's race-based or whatever when you're 10 times more extreme. So I'm saying that. All I want to be recognized as, I'm really trying to have an honest, open debate about this.
Well, yeah, and I think everybody recognizes that, and that is what made you such a target, is because you have this phenomenal reach, and you have this impressive studio, and you have a real following, real loyalty to you, and I think they recognize very early on.
They hate the viewers because of the power they have.
Exactly.
This is about cutting them off.
Well, yeah, because you are able to reach them, and you're able to give them an independent source of information, and it's really a power struggle because you...
Oh my god, they still have the fucking anti-Semitic meme on there. What the fuck, dude? I know they're saying, like, awful shit as well, but, like, the fucking Jesus, man.
With such a media influence, become powerful. You, because of your listeners and because the trust that they have in you and because you're able to provide them with real information, they recognize you as an independent base of power in the country. And that threatens their monopoly on information and on the creation of opinion.
Well, that's right. The final equation, it's all about how many people can you mobilize.
Yeah.
It's very cool. But so then let's bring in Communist China. You've got Governor Newsom over there saying we're going to have nothing but electric cars, which are almost all from China. I'm not against Chinese people. That's the dominant force. And whenever I attack China, I see the attacks. Oh, God, covering up for Israel. They're the main power. No, China and Israel, by the way, is giving a lot of our technology.
True.
Yeah, I mean, I see that as if Israel's a 100-pound gorilla, the 1,000-pound gorilla is China.
It's true. China is a true geopolitical adversary. Honestly, though, I maybe we disagree a little on this. I actually support China's rise. I support the Chinese-Russia coalition because...
See, this is fucking crazy. This is why I kind of like Nick, right? Because nobody, absolutely fucking nobody on the right would have like the balls to be like, yeah, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna be pro-China. And I read the comments on this before, and he says some more wild shit. All right, so buckle up. All right, buckle up.
I look at the American state, which has targeted people like you and me, and I think that the more that the American state recedes, the better that is for us.
Yeah, but just because the people
Did I say I like Hitler? No.
running us are bad doesn't mean in the vacuum what the Chi-Coms. You get that, right? Like I'm not against the Russian people because China is expansionary. Putin cut weapons funding, pull back. We're going to do organic farming and promote our families and have Russians. That is a beautiful message. I support Vladimir Putin in that. We need to have children. We're Christian. Organic farming. Russia's just trying to defend itself. China was set up by the globalists. It's like cancer. It's expansionary. So just because Russia's run to China to save itself, there was a big Russian-Sino split. The globalists always tried to make that split. Now they've caused that convergence. This is a very sophisticated RAND Corporation projections, Nick.
I think that the State Department and the Defense Department are very mobilized against China. I think they want a war with China. That's why.
Yeah, because they didn't keep following orders. And so you're right. It's kind of nice. There's a split, but it's like Hitler and Stalin had a deal till Operation Barbarossa in 42, 43, and then they butted heads. So I'm saying, yeah, there's been a globalist alliance with China that's broken. But just because it's broken, just because I don't like the New World Order, the globalist doesn't mean I like Xi Jinping.
I do like Xi Jinping though. I like because.
Jesus Christ, man, that's fucking. You gonna say that? You gonna say that? All right. Oh my god. Bing Sing, you're saying I have depression? Only sometimes, okay? I'm fine. How are you? How you doing, mate? Nice to have you.
So you like 3 million Muslims in slave camps?
I don't believe that's true. I think that's propaganda. Seriously, I mean, when I
I went in I tore my Achilles 9 years ago, and it's almost completely gone. So my right leg's a crutch now. I can still run, but not well. And I went to 6 different doctors in Houston, Austin, San Antonio, Dallas, and they all said, "Oh, don't worry, we got tissue grown in China." And when I asked to see the paperwork, they went to the place. They go, "Yeah, it's a cadaver." China's selling body parts, brother. My leg.
I think I do believe that's confirmed. I believe I did hear about China doing that, like genuinely. I don't know if I believe that he asked his doctors though. This is the kind of thing that Alex Jones would make up.
I ain't fixed. I waited too long. I gotta have a cadaver part, and I morally cannot be part of killing some Falun Gong person to get that because I just can't have that in my life.
I just think that when people talk about the Uyghur concentration camps, I just feel like that's State Department propaganda, like atrocity propaganda to get us to view China as evil rather than a geopolitical competitor. You know
what I think you're doing, Nick? I'm not trying to interrupt you. I'll try to shut up and stick a sock in my mouth for 5 minutes because I don't want to be accused of not giving you time. This is a great discussion, a great debate. China's own government admits that Mao Zedong killed at least 65 million of their own people. So during the Cultural Revolution, Great Leap Forward, they forced people to move off their farms and killed 60+ million people. So, I mean, David Rockefeller endorsed Mao Zedong when he died in a New York Times op-ed. Are you really sure? Because are you sure China's good?
I'm not saying they're good.
What genocide does Nick actually believe in? The Palestinian one, apparently.
I'm just saying that I don't think it's, when we call them evil, this is what states do. Because the United States would never be whipped up into a frenzy
Probably exclusively the Palestinian one.
to go to war with Russia, China, Iran, if they thought that they were just adversaries, if they thought that they were just competitors or rivals. So that's why in every case they need to say Putin is kidnapping orphans and he bombed a maternity ward and the Palestinians decapitated 1 million babies.
No, I get it. They use that farm.
Rockefeller West Maoism confirmed real. Also, the Rockefeller Mao endorsement's not real, obviously. Like it's very I think I read about this. It's very thin. There's like one line which is like saying that he did one thing good, and then before like talking about like how terrible he was, like how everyone has ever talked about anyone bad and like said like one small good thing, you know.
Threat to set up turning here. I totally agree.
And I think they do the same thing with the Uyghurs. I think that, for example, they talk about the social credit system in China. We have the same thing in America. We have a social credit system in America. It's hardly any different. In fact, it's worse because at least in China, the social credit system rewards good citizenship and America punishes good citizenship. So I feel like with a lot of...
Well, let me just be clear.
I mean, no, the Chinese one is worse. The Chinese one is worse, but also the American one is. It's true. It's true. You do, but it's like based on your finances, exclusively. But still, yeah, I mean,
and Nick,
he's
maybe
not
you
wrong.
might be smarter than I am, but I was really dumb when I was your age. I'm impressed by how smart you are at your age. So it's not a put down. You just want to. I've studied Russia, and other than being a strong arm and having problems, I find out of the whole world the best public push for families and children and Christianity, because I see that. I'm on a
Drudge Report? What's the Drudge Report again? Wait, why did I can't remember what that is right now.
I'm on a
Remind me.
Russophile. I'm on a Russophobe. I just call it like I see it. When I see China with the human animal clones and all of it, man, I see the nastiest thing I've ever seen. Brother, I do some studying. I love it. I read what the Communist Party Central Committee puts out, and I'm telling you, China is bad. They're bad. The Communist Chinese are bad.
Well, and I'm not trying to denigrate you, or I think you're more intelligent than me. I think you're the genius mastermind behind InfoWars, and it's nothing like that. I'm skeptical, and here's why. I think that the United States has become a very evil country.
He doesn't believe that, by the way. He thinks Alex is stupid.
Too. I think that.
I agree.
And I think.
Well, just because we're evil doesn't
Bing saying I'm not translating that.
mean other evil's okay.
But the difference is.
I'm gonna shut up. We're going to break I'm gonna shut up for 10 minutes. I'm shutting up right now. I'm gonna have to get up and walk off and drink a cup of coffee. Just go ahead.
So I think that the difference is with the jurisdiction in China. They would support American dissidents where America doesn't. You and I are dissidents in the United States. That means that we support American sovereignty. And in a sense, we're sort of in like a knife fight with the powers that be, because if we win, they lose. It's a zero-sum game. If we and the Americans become sovereign, that means that the globalists are no longer sovereign. So we are total enemies. China is an adversary of the United States regime. And so necessarily China doesn't hate American dissidents as much as the American government does. Like I think about Snowden. When Snowden betrayed the NSA, where did he seek refuge? He sought refuge in Russia. And Russia was the only place that he could be safe.
Yeah, China wouldn't give it to him. That's what I'm saying.
Well, but Russia was the only
I only see virtue out of Russia. And they're the best house in a bad neighborhood. And I'm not a Russophile. I'm stopping. Nick, go ahead.
No, you're good.
No, I'm shutting up now. Shut up, Jones. Go ahead. I'm shutting up now.
But so in other words, the bigger that Russia and China are, to me, that's like the bigger the safe haven for people like you and I when they start trying to kill us. Because if the government tries to kill you and I, we can't go to South America. The CIA can get us there. If we go to the Middle East or anywhere else, they could get us there too. The only places where we'd be safe are the countries that are actually able to defend themselves from the United States. And so when I see Russia and China allied in the BRICS coalition to build an alternative system, to me, that's a system that I can participate in, whereas I can't participate in the American-led system. So I agree with you. I think that China does a lot of bad stuff. I don't think they're necessarily a good nation. You know, they're just like Israel, they're not Christian, and they have prohibitions on the spread of Christianity. But I do think that they're better than what we have going on in the United States. I think on some fundamental level, it's almost like amorality being better than immorality. The United States is led by, you know, and I don't want to keep going back to it, but it's what it is. It's the ZOA on one side, it's the ADL on the other.
Okay, all right. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, folks, this is kind of fun, kind of interesting. But you know, does this mean he likes Lula? I don't know. I think he probably hates Lula, but I would be curious. I would be curious. Enough anti-Semitism for one night. Yeah, Bing, do not spam, okay? Bing, keep it in English, keep it understandable, but if you keep on spamming, I will mute you for a while, okay? All right, let's take a vote. Do we want to keep going? Because I know we've been going for quite a while. And I just want to make sure that you folks are still with it, or if not, then we can hop on to another topic, all right? So I'm gonna... it's voting time. I'm sorry, I'm getting so sleepy. Okay, it's voting time. You gotta vote. You gotta vote. Give me your votes. Okay. All right. Okay, we got 4 votes in. You know, I'm leaving it at that. Okay, we got 4 votes in. 3 people said no. I think that's okay. I think we can ditch it here. This was interesting. Within reason. You were the one yes vote. I'm sorry, Logan. You did pop in a little bit later, to be fair, which I think usually is what causes the difference in votes. I like China because I could potentially escape their where. Oh my god, what the fuck is it doing? Okay. When the Zionists march in the streets, his brain is so soupy. Yeah, I mean he's lying anyway, right? There's no he's just absolutely making shit up. Okay, wow. So, oh my god. You know what, folks? I think it's time to hit the last phase of the stream. I don't want to end it now, but 3 hours is quite a while, you know? Wait. Let's, is this too... Also... Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Hello, folks. Hello. That was fun. That was a time. We did it. It's nice to be back. New haircut. Yeah, I cut my hair. I need to give it a little minute to set in, you know. But it's chill. It's chill. But yeah, we're chilling. But yeah, that was fun. That was fun. I'm 3 hours is a good length. You know, I'm happy with that. I'm pleased with that. Given that we've not streamed in a little minute, I was concerned about my stamina. But I think we're okay. I think that went pretty well. That was interesting. I'm happy to get all my thoughts out about the topics. You got a one-hitter. Let's fucking go, dude. Let's go, chatter. Yes. McBinds, yeah, you made a cameo. That was pretty cool. Logan, we spoke about you as well for a moment earlier. I say nice things and so on. If only I could last 3 hours, my wife left me. Real. I'm so sorry. What's a one-hitter? A one-hitter is a type of pipe designed to hold one hit in them. And it's nice because they come in a little thingy. They come with like these little thingies, like this little container. So you have that, and you can fit the pipe into it, and it's like a self-contained little packet, and it's like airtight. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Do not smoke if you're a child, okay? It's bad for your brain. Do dabs like a man. Hey, where do you think I meant to get dab wax from? People don't get that serious with weed here, you know? They either have like flowers or they have like hash, and that's it. All right? That's as far as you're gonna get, you know? I'm sorry, I don't speak drug addict, real. What's up, Leslie? How you doing? We're just winding down. It's a good time to be here. It's just the time when I chat and we get into nice, comfy, happy, personal stuff and don't talk about all the, you know, all the angry, stressful stuff that we talk about for the rest of the stream. But yeah, this was interesting. I need to make sure that I get out as many streams as I can before I go to university in January, because I'm a little spooked about that. I'm starting in January, and I'm gonna move to England as well, which is a whole thing. Moving country is gonna be wild. Yeah, and streams are gonna be like less then. But I want to keep going and get as much momentum as well as far as we can. So yeah, I got the place. I did. Yeah, I got accepted at the one uni that I applied at to go to. And it went pretty well, and it was nice. And I went to the open day recently. We had like a little trip to London, me and my mum, and we went and had a look, and it was pretty cool. You know, it's a pretty good time. Yeah, hold on. Oh god, I'm trying to browse my Google Photos so I can pull up some pictures of London for you. Yeah. But yeah, no, it was a good time. Max Brit. I am British, folks. All right, I am British. I don't have many good pictures. Well, I got to visit Mr. Mark's grave, which was pretty cool. I really. You're gonna grab some brews and drive home. Take care, mate. Drive safe, okay? Drive as safe as you can. Yeah, I want dabs though. I wish. How old am I? Is this undergrad? Yeah, I'm 19. He does drink on the way. That's why I'm telling him to drive extra safely. You were in London one time. Oh, what's happening? You moved to me. I'm looking at me visiting the grave of Karl Marx. Yeah, I got there. It was fun. I looked at that. I looked at like the little notes around it, and I had a little cry. It was sad. No, it's nice though, because it's heartwarming, you know? I don't know. It's like big gay retard shit, right? But like seeing a bunch of other people who dedicated their lives to like trying to make the world better, when it's like pretty, it's like, it can be kind of a thankless thing to, you know, want stuff to be good, you know? So yeah. Can you pee on it sensually? Leslie, no, okay? I'm afraid not, alright? There's gonna be a no from me. But yeah, Yeah, when I was in London, I went to visit the Church of Scientology, the London one, because I'm I love doing that. It's just fun. I went in, they made me, I did the personality test that you can do, and it told me that wait, I can show you my results even. But yeah, no, my evaluation summary was that I told them my name is Bob Willard. All right, that was the most I forgot to think of a name before, so and then I went for that. And apparently, according to them, I am unstable, I'm depressed, I'm nervous, I'm irresponsible, and I'm critical. And I'm not anything, I'm not stable, I'm not happy, I'm not composed, I'm not certain, I'm not active. It was very fun. But no, it was weird being there. I listened to them talk to some guy who was asking about going to like a seminar, and like how he should prepare for it. And they told him that like a week before he goes there, he needs to stop taking all of his meds, because he can't have anything in his system before. No drugs, no alcohol, no antipsychotics. It was like very clearly the most evil shit. And they were like, oh yeah, but also take one vitamin B pill like just before. And it was so strange. Let me grab some water. Hold on. Yeah, no, they were very blatantly. Oh my fucking god, you. Oi! Oi! But yeah, no, they were like very blatantly evil about it, and it was like weird and fucked up, you know? No stability meds? Yeah, no, literally, they do that, and they're like, yeah, this is a good idea. They also gave me this graph, which shows me like the results in detail. And it has like different axes for different things. I got a very high axis for aggressive, apparently, and apparently very nervous, depressed, and unstable, very irresponsible, very critical, not very much lack of accord apparently, and I'm apparently comm level? What the fuck is comm level? Communicative, maybe? And then they didn't give me the IQ axis, which is fucked up. I needed to know what my Scientology IQ is. But it's kind of interesting, because they called this the Oxford Capacity Analysis, even though it's got nothing to do with, hold on, let me show you. Even though it's got nothing to actually do with Oxford, which is really interesting. So they just kind of made up that it's like somehow related to Oxford. So that's pretty wild. Cum level? No way! Yeah, that's why I'm becoming a Scientologist. I need to get my cum levels up, dude. But yeah, no, it was cool. London was cool. It was nice to be there, nice to see all the shit. Look at this. I saw this in a museum. Isn't that like the sickest shit you've ever seen? Isn't that so fucking cool? Is this a graph that literally means nothing? I mean, it means something that they measured from me filling out a questionnaire of like 200 questions. But it's like bullshit. Is my uni around London? Yeah, it's in a little town further north from London. But not very far. It's like near Milton Keynes. All right, I'll give you that. Like obviously, because Scientology, isn't that just a line with a line graph with zero correlation? Oh yeah, I mean the graph itself doesn't actually mean anything, just the individual metrics mean things. The graph itself is like not, I don't think, meant to be anything, no. It's not like individually informative. It doesn't have any individual value. But yeah, this is fucking cool, innit? Isn't that sick? Isn't that cool? I like that. I got to look at dinosaurs. Pretty cool. Not real dinosaurs. Here's me with the homie Douglas Adams, the author. Me and the boy. I don't know. kind of funny. Yeah, but yeah, I got to look at my uni and it was pretty cool. It was pretty nice. I saw this guy in real life. They have a sign about this guy about how they actually, the people from the place where it was taken from actually want it back, and they've been requesting it, and they're in talks about it, but they like are still displaying it and everything. So I don't really know what the deal is there. But yeah. All right, folks. I think that's it. I'm gonna wrap it up now. I appreciate you so much for dropping by. Today was pretty fun. And I appreciated all your presents. So thank you so much. All right. I'll see you in the next one. The goal is for this weekend at some point. I need to check what my work schedule is and see how it goes. You came late. You're fine to come whenever you want. Okay. No worries. Take care, Bing Sing. It was nice having you. Easter round late, never getting that back. Yeah, no, it definitely doesn't seem like it. So thank you for the giveaway. Thank you for bringing them as well. It's a two-way street, you know. You folks give me some and I give you some back. But yeah, take care, everybody. I'll see you in the next one, and thank you. Bye bye.
Call me asparagus.
Light. There's roadblocks.
What are you gonna do for me? And my answer is
adult incest.
Wet ass keyword.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come. Obama.